Captain's Get Bacon. No intro or splash screen or anything. And Mike wandered off. But hi, everybody, and welcome to kind of Seat of Our Pants live stream of not Blades in the Dark. Good job, Andrew. That D&D podcast wherein we play Monster of the Week. And there's like there's 6 of us. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole shit show.
And I think I've stretched long enough that Mike has returned, so take it away.
All right, I need to get a mic check from everybody, so quick sound off down the line. Zed?
Oh, hello.
Birds.
Ooh.
I was going to say that you wooed. Don't forget. TRV?
1, 2.
Oh.
1, 2.
Coming through with that sweet
I'm
jazz.
getting everything coming through with Super Poppy at the moment.
Tonight on Monster of the Week, we're looking at a local band that uses a ukulele to play smooth jazz sounds because they're magic.
Welcome back, Mike. You've got a question for us about love.
Just do the thing down the line where everybody says a thing.
Free range aloha.
Let's go back to Zach with the weather.
I'm getting robot voice from people.
Then stop streaming stuff, maybe? Because I'm hearing everybody fine.
I literally closed everything.
Thank you, Zach, for your input. We totally fooled him, guys.
Be right back.
Sure.
Sharp.
Here, Adam. Was Adam talking in that?
I refuse to talk.
Okay. I wasn't sure if, like, you...
No, I just hadn't tried saying anything yet.
He pled the 5th.
I was waiting for my name to be called.
verbally plead the 5th, actually. You can't just refuse to talk. You have to say it out loud.
5th.
Okay. I'm still getting not great, so knock down the video too. It's fine. Okay. So, all right, hopping along. Hi, everybody. It's Mike Jerkson-Broad here with another episode of the D&D podcast. This week we are doing Monster of the Week, which is funny because last week we also did Monster of the Week, so maybe this is just the thing that we do weekly.
New weekly monster.
Today we have what I would call a full house of 6 individuals, handpicked from the ranks of amazing people that I think are awesome.
And also David.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, that makes the sad faces. All right, so we're gonna do from the Discord thing, top to bottom. Pick them away, toys.
Oh fuck, Discord order. Oh, that's me first. Oh god, everything's terrible.
The pressure.
Hi, I'm Andrew Otway, and tonight I will be reprising my role as Mr. Scrufflebutt, the Divine Cat.
David, I'm joining this game fresh this week. I will be playing Roy Dotree, who I'm using the Flake handbook from the game.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'll be playing the part of Gwen, the professional who works for a shady government organization that collects monsters.
The ECRD, External Caption Research Division of the United States Government.
Yes, those things.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'll be playing Gary, the wielder of the sword chucks. Yeah.
Foretold in legend.
Foretold to come and save the world from the great evil, or else everybody dies. The whole world, everybody. Pretty sure that's my character.
I think so.
Yeah.
I already introduced myself. Renee?
Oh wow. I thought I was last on the list, but I'm not. I'm Renee, and I'm playing Marjorie, the Initiate, and yes.
We yes too.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Zach. Hi, I'm Zach. I'm playing Josiah Church. the crotchety bodega owner / monster experts? Question mark. Who also apparently has a thing for fire, as established last time. So.
All right, so last time on Monster of the Week, we had an introduction for everyone. We started off with Gwen's awful boss and a work situation that some would describe as not the best, some being most rational human beings. But don't worry, I think that things are going to work out okay. They were put in charge of an operation to go figure out what was taking the brains out of people's heads in Algonquin Falls. It started off with bad dreams. It ended with missing brains. Well, I guess it escalated to missing brains. We don't know how it ends yet. Gwen picked up... That's right. Gwen picked up their comrades, a divine cat, an old gunlugger, a mystical ninja, and... traveled on to Algonquin Falls. They proceeded to talk to a few people, do some investigation. They picked up a lady at an Irish pub named Jacqueline. They took her to the police station where they wanted to investigate the bodies. They left her there. They investigated some bodies. They decided that they figured out that the people who were dying were somehow related to a class of people, and they went to, it's like a class of like
graduating class.
Graduating class, thank you. And I'm reading chat.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't read chat.
So like they're talking about Monster Hearts, and that sounds great. From there, they went to the Algonquin Community College to do two things. Number one, to interface with the professor and the professor's research assistant, and maybe the doctor who was working there, but I'm not sure if they remember about that person. And number two, to talk to the live blogger who was doing an excellent job of recording and publishing everything that was going on in everyone's minds, and not such a great job of being quiet because that's what the government wants you to do in paranormal situations. Things escalated. A giant extraterrestrial creature crashed through the ceiling. This creature is a winged fungoid creature with giant claws and tentacles, with an impossible ellipsoid head that changes color when it wants to communicate. It is Amigo. It's your friend and mine. And people shot it, cats scratched it, and ultimately our friend Church decided that the quickest way to Amigo's heart was through a controlled explosion.
I just want to point out that the scratches actually can also cause a fever.
What would you call such a thing?
I'm not sure.
Tuberculosis.
Perhaps a cat scratch fever.
Nah.
I like Mindbender.
I was hoping you'd say Pac-Man fever, but... All right. So we are going to flash cut, or slash cut, whatever the cuts they do in Supernatural is, from the burning science lab in Algonquin Community College to the Flake.
Jump cut.
Now, jump cut, thank you. David, Roy has had... describe Roy's connection with either Gwen's research monster hunting outfit or one of the other characters. So first of all, who are you? And then we have history for you and other characters.
Roy Dotry is at Algonquin College.
Falls?
Algonquin Falls Community College. He's new here. He's only been here for like 1.5 semesters. He's in the science department. He specializes in geophysics.
Oh.
Sort of just teaches whatever. Pairing up with which organization?
So the current crop of people has been we're predetermined as either monster hunting experts or monster hunting expert adjacents. I think in that case the cat might be a monster hunting adjacent. But or maybe Gwen's has a big detailed file on why Mr. Scrufflebutt, the cat god, is an awesome thing that we're glad to have. So no, Gwen. I read chat. I
Stop.
have to cut the chat now. Is there a button to hide chat?
Yeah, I think if you click the hamburger that pops out next to the Zoom
It
slider.
did. I love the hamburger icon.
Hamburger.
So the Zoom slider. These are very specific instructions, and I love them.
It's a Zoom
Can
slider.
you-
It's a slider that
Can
zooms.
you,
Uh-huh.
Renee, come back to me? I need to do something here in real life.
Yeah, sure. So we're gonna jump cut over to
There's a guy filing
Nice
paperwork,
character.
and he goes,
There's
"Not
just, like,
yet," and then it jumps up to
foreshadowing
somebody
cut
else.
into-
Yep.
Yeah. There's a foreshadowing cut into the geosciences lab and then back out.
right. There's like a hammer, like the rock hammer on the desk, and like the person's like rolling out their tools, and like the toolkit's empty, and they go shit, and then we go to somebody else. All right, Renee, tell us about Marjorie.
Marjorie. Marjorie, she's stuck with this, traditional name because ancient societies and all. She is a research librarian that specializes in ancient literature because, of course, that allows her to travel around the world and look at ancient lore and secret prophetic texts and things like that, and also make a living, which is necessary to do. And so she's heard about some interesting texts that might be in the library at this random podunk community college. And, yeah, so that's why she's kind of showed up around town, and she's listening to stories about people with missing parts.
Yeah.
It's fine.
This should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see no conflict in our future whatsoever.
None.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. All right, so in the past, you have interacted with some or all of these people. We are going to interrogate that because you got some history moves, I believe.
Yes.
I don't think it's on your Roll20 character sheet, actually.
It'll be on the second sheet of the actual PDF, though.
Is this still me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that. That's fine. Do I have to choose a different one for each person? Can I use the same one for multiple people?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I think it works just fine.
The only problem here is I literally do not remember what happened last week.
It's fair.
So I don't know that I can do history right now.
So you don't need to remember what happened last session. You just need to come up with like
Right, but
two.
I'm saying that to indicate the fact that I have no idea who these people are anymore.
Would
Gotcha.
it make more sense for us to do our histories facing the new players to give them something to bounce off of?
I think so.
I don't know.
I'm on board.
I'm on
Yeah,
board.
because I remember a large file folder and driving, and I've been I have a vague recollection, but I don't remember which characters were doing what. And then I went to bed before y'all were finished, so
Well,
I don't know how my character would interact with you guys.
It's all good. Let's go in
Terrifying.
line then. Let's have Andrew go first and indicate a historical connection,
Just getting all the pressure tonight.
but in like a good way, right?
Okay, here's a fun one. Their prayer, perhaps informal or even unconscious prayer, summoned you. And because you're from a spooky cult, I think your spooky cult basically prayed for divine intervention, and your prayers were answered by a overweight cat.
Oh, good.
That
I
could work, I guess.
I
I mean,
imagine
I
it
guess-
probably wasn't your first summoning, and it probably wasn't your most successful summoning.
Well, I mean, it might be a little bit more like reading a prophecy
Mhm.
than a prayer.
Yep.
Because they're less cult-like and more like book sect, like prophetic oriented. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sure.
Or
I
maybe
mean, I would
someone
say
in your
that-
organization was like, "Man, I wish like that book on that top shelf would just fall over," and then
Right,
boom,
they
cat
read the thing
god.
out loud, and we know that you're not supposed to read things out loud until you know what they are. That totally makes sense. Okay.
Well,
They
and
were
then
just
just
sending the words out themselves.
and then just like cat god appears and is like, "Yeah, I can help you with that," and basically just slowly pushes book off of top shelf.
Great.
Yes.
Cat lateral
Alright.
damage.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right, mark that down, and we'll roll on to Gwen.
Hello. Do you have any idea for a background for your person? Like, are you any? Do you have any kind of military or government training, by any chance?
My sect is well connected to secular power.
Okay.
So probably.
Like skulls and bones style, or like
Oh my god, you're all Freemasons.
I mean, I would say, yeah. I mean, like,
Okay. Well, one of the history
Yeah,
things I
makes
can
sense.
have is you and I were friends back in training before the government agency that I work for recruited me. So that could be basically anything. It says military, law enforcement, or some weirder school, and we get to decide the details for how we know each other from the past.
I feel like it would be something more like, I don't know. I think my character would do something less law enforcement and more like
Paranormal and religious studies classes.
no, I don't know. She's not like.
I've got other ones we could try. That's fine. I just that was the first one I came across.
I mean, I would say that if it were, it'd be something more like an internship somewhere than like a
Yeah.
spooky class. I don't. She's not very spooky.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, well,
it's
that's fine.
more men of letters than like.
Yeah. Okay, well, this one would probably work better. There's one where you and I met on a mission, and we worked together unofficially and successfully.
Oh.
So maybe we bumped into each other, and it was like, "You doing the thing? I'm doing the thing," and then we just kind of did the thing, and then we disappeared.
Okay, then I definitely know I have a history that I can hand to you back.
Sweet.
We fought together against a tide of monsters that seemed unstoppable. How did it go?
Everyone
Stop.
died.
We're
Do
good.
it.
There were
You
no
found out-
survivors.
You found out why I carry a grenade launcher.
All right.
maybe you decided to carry the grenade launcher in the aftermath. You're like, man, that would have been useful.
Or man,
Gwen
that
now
was
has a
useful.
grenade launcher.
This is why I take it with me everywhere. Is my grenade launching teddy bear, essentially. So it's like it with explosives.
Oh, and Scrufflebutt, I have one that says they're described in the prophecies, but the role they will play hasn't stated. That
Nice.
works
Done.
That seems perfect.
perfectly. Cool.
I love the idea that there's a cat meme, like right in the middle of the prophecy.
They're like in the middle of one of the ancient prophecies is actually just Nyan Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Marjorie goes off on a actually Egyptian like memes and
See,
totally kidding.
sorry, I'm a little fuzzy, no pun intended, on exactly what sort of cat.
I am a
is like-
bodega cat.
Bodega. Bodega is the flavor of cat.
I come in many shapes and sizes, for I am a divine being.
Mm-hmm.
This one
Okay.
is round.
Any
I
cat
feel
that
like
hangs
there's
out
no
at any
guy.
store, he is that cat.
But like a 45-pound version of that cat.
The
so
bodega cat.
You're
apparently
a
I
regular
misspoke,
cat,
and
but
I meant to
big.
say 25 pound, not 45 pound,
Yeah.
which is a
45 pound is
significant
like-
difference. Yes.
That's
Dude,
like a
45
husky.
That's
pound cat would be ginormous.
Yeah. No, it's a 25 pound.
That's a
cat.
Garth.
Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
Already on mine.
Who's next, Mike?
Next on the list is Izzy.
Renee,
Curious.
how old would you say your character is?
I don't know. Vaguely appears to be between, say, 36 and 45.
Excellent.
Mom?
Exactly. One of my is you are a close blood relations. Ask them exactly how close.
I was afraid you
Oh,
were gonna
wow.
say love interest, and I was gonna be like, motherfucker, you're setting up a love triangle.
How old is your character?
I'm only like 18 or something, college age
Yeah,
kid.
he's young.
18.
He's
Oh,
young enough
that
for it to
might
work biologically, at least.
It could, yeah. It could work.
You could
Do we have to know?
You could have ditched me years ago or something if you want, or had to give me up for adoption because you were too young.
Zach is my
I'm
long
part of a
lost
cult.
dad, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
know it.
There's already one of these going on, so there might as well be another one.
Because I have a one for that too, so that works out well.
Oh, great.
If you're okay, so you're my long lost
My boy, I found my boy.
child.
Yep.
This is going to be good.
I prefer to
Correct term
think
is estranged.
I prefer to think that the librarian just went out for a pack of smokes one day and never came back.
Left the
She's
kids in
overdue.
stacks and just walked off.
Yep.
Son, my love overdue.
It's true.
Yeah, no, Mike, that's exactly the cat that I am.
Here are the late fees of my affection. Okay, I got it on my system. All right, what's the history you're passing back?
Oh, I have one for a close relative as well. So
So you're basically just doing it back to him.
yeah. So I agreed that he will be his character is my long lost child that I almost forgot about completely. Went out for
Oh
smokes.
yeah, hey buddy.
Hey, you.
Hey, Slugger.
Here's all these birthday cards I forgot to mail.
Hail, take champ.
I mean,
last night-
honestly, I'm just gonna totally ignore all of that and brings it up because it's awkward.
Yeah. It's true. That's pretty awkward.
Roy's back, baby.
Zach. That's true.
Okay. So, Renee, this organization you're part of, are they like national, international?
They're pretty
How?
international. They kind of started in Europe ages and ages ago with the rise of the Roman Empire and have spread out. Colonization is great for spreading chapters of mystical organizations.
It's true. It's true. It's pretty great. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with mine. They know about some of your dark secrets, but they've agreed to keep quiet about them.
Okay.
Tell them what they know.
Ooh.
Since you're the kind of person who knows things, you know that, and you're going to recognize me as soon as you hear my name. You're going to recognize me as sort of like an old school cold warrior monster hunter with a reputation for like leaving destruction in his wake.
Oh,
And
right.
at some point, I burned down a really important library to your order, and you guys lost a lot of knowledge because of it.
Okay. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yep, but you've agreed not to tell anyone.
I won't tell anyone. Okay, so I think that let's see. Well, I have a couple of options here. I'll see which one fits. Both of them have the word friend in them. So, can we eliminate the word friend, Mike?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, from the
Cool,
language, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it like frenemies or like acquaintances? Like what sort of elimination do we
Or is
do?
it like friend, like in Red Dead Redemption, where he's always like, "What are you doing, friend?"
Friend.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That works. I mean, I would say that, like we we would have been perfectly cordial for the most part, on the same side of monster hunting until the hey, let's destroy all these ancient books part, at which point I would respect that he's still on the same side of the battle, but I don't necessarily want to spend my free time with him. Can we do that?
Yeah. Were
Okay.
you there when I burned down? Like, were we working together and then, like, you were there when I burned down the library?
Thing. Because it says that I kind of want to go with the "you first met me under my cover identity" sect later, because
Okay.
it'd be super cool if you found out about it after you burned down my library that I wanted to study. I feel like that could add some narrative drama.
I like it.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Do we get Renee? Do you have a character sheet yet?
On Roll20?
Yeah,
Probably
No.
not.
I'll fix that real quick. That's...
Back now, we can
Sheet
do my
Delta. Sheet
connections.
You can just pick one of those. Those are our spares.
I've assigned a new one to you.
Oh, there you go. Never mind.
Woo.
Is it Romeo?
It's not.
Aw.
Because we don't know who Romeo is, why he is. Why are you Romeo? We don't know.
Why for out though?
I think it's really kind of funny that you roll plus charm to if you're in good standing with your sect, but the point options, like only one of them even has a positive charm.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in Hawk all the time with your sec.
All right. The last two sets of history we have to do. You know what? We'll do that last, I guess. The Renee David history.
Okay.
So now let's give history to David. Andrew, who's a librarian here.
Yep.
What sort of history do you have of the librarian? I mean, not the librarian, the professor that's been here for a semester and a half.
I'm trying to decide between two. So, but David, are you fairly mundane as far as people go?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
He's more of a person who thinks this stuff is real more than like being in the shit and knowing this stuff is real.
Okay. Then they should not be involved in this situation. The prophecies didn't mention them at all. This gets your attention, but you don't know what it means yet. And the other one was going to be they are an abomination and should be destroyed, except you can't work it with them. Why not? But, I mean, other than just maybe I don't like physics professors, but that would just be bringing a little too much Andrew into this.
All cats hate physics.
I think it would actually be the other way around. All physics professors hate cats because cats always land on their feet.
Even
That's
when you
not how
butter
this
them.
works.
Yeah, even when you
That
like
ad,
staple
right?
buttered
The
toast to
cat
their back.
and the buttered
All right.
toast.
Okay, so we're going with the first one then.
Yeah. Not spoken of in prophecy.
David, do you have a history to give back to the 45-pound bodega cat god?
25 pound, I misspoke. Let me live this down, goddammit.
45 pounds.
No.
The size of my 5-year-old.
Standard issue bodega cat.
I don't think your 5-year-old is too harm in whatever the monster is vulnerable to, though.
I'm gonna say.
Most
Yeah,
5-year-olds are.
I'm gonna say
Ever fought a
You went-
5-year-old?
together.
saying.
Maybe a monster. Maybe military service. Maybe time in an institution. Whatever it was, it
Oh,
bound
good.
you together, and you have total trust in each other.
That's
I
actually
love the idea.
Oh.
I love the idea that you spent time in an institution with the cat.
Yeah.
I
So
love
here's
the fact that you have gained the complete trust of this cat specifically.
the best part of this is my angel wings. You can instantly go anywhere you visited before or to a person you know well. So I can just drop in on this physics professor. Just like, zop, I'm there.
Yeah, no, see, what I was going to say is, like, we got... Because where do you normally hang out?
In a bodega?
I got locked in one night accidentally.
Okay.
It was
On our
Yeah,
camera,
it was
we're
a
gonna
holiday
just talk about
weekend,
what we shoot.
Yep.
so it was closed for like 2 days.
Yep. And then church
So
comes
it's
in the
just
next day and you're just covered in Cheeto dust. Like,
And the cat.
on the holiday, on like the Tuesday after. Yeah, I'm sitting
And
on
the
your
other-
lap purring. You're feeding me like anchovies from a tin, and just you're like everything in the scene is covered ass to tea kettle in Cheeto dust.
Mm-hmm. And the only reason you don't get shot immediately is because the cat vouches for you.
Mm-hmm. Wordlessly.
I mean, is it wordlessly?
Yes.
Okay.
The cat doesn't talk.
The only thing I have ever said is explicitly to Church, you have a crucial role in what is to come. I'm here to guide and defend you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, Gwen, what sort of past experiences do you have with Roy?
This college is not a stranger to weird occurrences. So Gwen has been here before, and she has done a little bit of surveillance. And so this is very one-sided, but Gwen knows a lot more about Roy than the other way around, and she feels like their relationship has romantic potential, but it hasn't gone further because they haven't met yet.
You're a stalker.
Jeez.
That is amazing.
This is
Oh,
going
God.
places.
I love how both
well,
the
that makes it
romance
easy.
histories are super fucking weird.
Really
Good.
easy for me to choose how I'm connected to you. You know each other through cryptozoology and conspiracy theory websites.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
That takes Gwen's character and just, like, places her 20 feet to the right of where she was before.
But we've also suspected that about Gwen's character. Am I right?
No?
True, it's true.
I hadn't, at least.
That's because you were too busy making eyes at Gary.
Well,
Eyes.
Oh, I
Deductively.
never showed you guys my my character's special song.
Oh, no.
So
Don't.
what?
You know how we were talking about how each character has like their
is yours
Sorry.
I'll be watching
touch point
you?
song?
But I want you to perform it.
Tell me yours is I'll be watching you.
Jeez.
Take a take.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
But you gotta give you some sauce for the people watching at home.
I'm not singing Psycho
Oh,
Killer.
good. Oh, good. Psycho Killer.
Just a
Oh,
couple
that's a hard
bars.
song to sing.
Exactly.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Run, run, run.
But yeah, like
run.
she's seen him through binoculars and like sees what kind of tea he's drinking, and she's
I mean,
like, "I bet you I could like tea," and then like starts buying tea and trying it, and like
hating
there's a
it.
montage of like a pile of discarded paper cups outside the car when she tries a bunch of different ones. They're all fucking terrible.
Chamomile.
Oh.
No, but there are
Yeah.
way better, creepier songs, though.
There are.
Don't push
But I
the
like
blade
that
on the
watching
gal in
you.
shades. Oh no.
No, I got the good one.
Is
I
it
got
I'll be
Yeah, that's
watching
what I
you?
was thinking of too. Every breath you take. Yeah.
All right. So that's fascinating. Gary, you have some history with this professor as well. Maybe he was literally your professor. Let's see what your history shows up.
Just friends from school or work or something. Ask them what. So yeah, I figured you were probably before you were a professor here at this college, you were probably maybe a high school teacher, wherever I went to high school.
WoW Guild.
Doing, part of the... But, part of the post grad thing before being a full professor is you had to do some stuff at high school. So
You could have been like in a WoW guild or like Destiny Strike Team or whatever.
I had to like be a substitute teacher for a while.
So yeah, that's something like that. So we probably know each other from that.
Okay.
And just to spare you, I did not take romantic or fated to be romantically entangled.
But why? You don't want to have a romance competition with a federal agent for a random
Or a god
physics
cat
professor?
Oh yeah, I got the god cat on my case that I'm allergic to, by the way.
on your ass.
I should have just made everyone that wasn't a cat my kid. That should have just not how this worked.
That would have been very interesting. All right, next, Roy, you have a history to give back to Gary.
And Gary was which playbook were you using?
What was
Chosen
that?
Here's the
one.
chosen.
Yeah, I'm the chosen one.
They're somehow tied into it all. You've been keeping an eye on them.
Mm.
Ooh. Okay.
So you've been spying on the son of the woman who's spying on you.
No. Renee's my mom.
Oh,
I'm the mom.
okay.
I'm the mama.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's actually more complicated than that.
Yeah, no. Church to Gwen, and then Renee. Okay, yeah, and then Marjorie to Gary.
I guess we need one of those maps that I did for the other
To be
game.
fair, we have not confirmed that Church and/or Marjorie are not somehow the parents of some of the younger party members either. So we just decided not to confirm
Sure.
those yet.
I'm just mad at you because of that library thing. I
Mhm.
mean, I might not have been mad at you before that.
By the end of this, it's going to turn into the Partridge Family. You understand that, right?
Everybody sings.
Better than the Addams Family.
No, everybody still sings.
Just slightly creepier.
All right. I believe that it is now Church to Roy.
I think this one we're going to take a little bit of license here, but you were previously both members of an Eldritch group, now disbanded. Ask them why they left and tell them why you did. Since you're not a terribly Eldritch person, I think maybe Church at one point in his like bored retirement state tried out the whole Facebook thing and joined this group of what looked to be monster hunters, and then like a week later realized that they were just like
LARP.
morons on the internet and bails.
That's perfect because I can choose members of the same support group.
I really love how these just kind of perfectly slotted into each other.
Gosh, some of them
So like
just really worked
you
well.
thought was like some Eldritch thing and it wasn't?
Yeah, exactly.
And Roy is still convinced that you're like, what's the support group for? Like it's like so Roy, are you into the whole xenozoology? What is the
Cryptids.
Cryptids.
Cryptozoology.
Oh, is it like a Bigfoot abductions group or something like that? Like,
Oh God, there probably are
awareness
those,
network?
aren't there?
I'm Googling for you, so don't worry.
The support group is for people who have lost a sibling. And so like you thought it was like all about like, oh, alien abductions and fairies and shit. But no, it was just people who lost a sibling.
It was like an unnatural avoidable causes or something. And Church is like, oh, this must be monsters.
yeah, like the title somehow the like title of the group.
Yeah, however, like the paper that was stapled to the telephone pole phrased
Oh
it.
God, there was like an ad from before stapled on top of the support group thing.
Yeah. And it like Roy went there and like he had lost like a brother like when he was like 6 or whatever. He's like totally over it. It was like part of his community service thing. Also as a college student, but
Awesome. All right, so I have new organizations I have to track.
We're always happy to add details. Too far. Can I roll my in the right place at the right time?
No, we need to still do Roy to Marjorie. For some reason, I can't say that name. I keep trying to say Majorie.
It's Marjorie.
It's fine. She kind of hates it anyway, but whatever. It's a family name, and and the nickname, and so she.
Yeah, it's just Marjorie.
Is
All right.
is Madge short for Marjorie? What is Madge short for?
Madge might be short for Marjorie.
It turns out it's Madget.
Margaret or Madonna.
Margaret, that's a name.
Lady Madonna, children at your feet.
She's kind of bitter because she could have been a Margaret, and then she could be Madge, but nope.
Or Madonna. Like, Madonna is one of those names that, like, yeah, I had it be called Madonna, but fine. It's Madonna.
Right.
All right.
Her family is very, very Church of England and not Catholic, though, so that wasn't an option.
COE, sir. Roy and Marjorie. Shit.
Marge.
Oh God, church. Let's see.
Imagine you have some unflattering nickname for church as well.
Probably. I'll have to think about that.
Luddite.
The Burninator. Trogdor.
That's too.
That's not discouragement.
Positive. Yeah.
No, it's not. You're right. Okay, I have you met researching weirdness, and you've been occult comrades ever since. That could work for a geophysics professor.
Let's say that, David.
Okay. Old friends usually met through a long chain of coincidences.
You're losing like the first word of your sentence, David. You might need to pick up the setting in Discord, the detection thing.
Boo.
It's not really a convenient nickname.
I mean, it's not.
All right,
You
let's
could
try
just
that.
really lean into it, though. So, Stephen King's novel, The Firestarter.
I'm
What
going
do you
to guess.
think about this?
Number one, Church has never read that book. May not know who Stephen King is. Number three has started plenty of book fires, and so he's there's plenty of things that bother Church, but being told that he starts fires is probably not one of them. So
That's true.
yeah, we'll leave all the way in. You could actually shorten it to. You could just call him Steve, like make it short at Steve, and then we'll all.
Steve.
Two
I
of us
kind of
will
like
know
that
what
because
you mean.
everybody around would be like, what the fucking hell? And just like not want to ask why I call you Steve.
All right. So, are there any relationships? Does anybody not have a relationship with someone?
I think we're all webbed up.
Okay. So
Good session, everybody.
Yep.
yeah, this has been Monster of the Week. Turning next. This has been Relationships of the Week.
I think that's Monster Hearts,
High five.
right? Like relationship of the week is Monster Hearts. No.
Yeah, I like it. So there's a giant explosion in the school. In fact, the building rocks from side to side. There are several reactions that people in the building have, range from "Oh God, we're all going to die" to "Oh no, not again." And for
I imagine Marjorie is just like, Steve, Like, just knows.
You mean church?
Or Steve sense
Yeah.
goes off.
Yeah.
Steve.
Why is it Steve?
It's short for
Don't worry
Stephen
about
King's novel, The Firestarter.
Mike's just confused. We're just gonna confuse Mike forever now. It's fine.
Well, I wasn't reading chat. Now I am.
This is like cart and horse. Only
Yes. Yep.
maybe even better.
Only it's not happening to me, so buckle up, fuckos. hey, just wanna. I love you guys. You're the best.
All right. If Roy and Marjorie are the sort of people that would go charging into the situation, enjoy. You can jump in at any time.
But we're not
Yeah.
in Jersey.
First goes and opens up the bottom drawer of his desk and pulls out a 38 revolver.
It was either that or whiskey. I wasn't sure where you're going with that.
We're in one of those states where that's legal on campus, huh?
Well, there might be bears.
And also grizzlies.
There might be bears small enough that the 38 hurts them somehow.
Yeah.
Teddy.
Hurt its feelings. I'm gonna shoot it in the feelings.
Shoot the bear in the feelings.
It's about all you're going to accomplish with a 38, yeah.
Yeah. Do the are you in the middle of class, Roy, or is this a free one for you?
Is this in the middle of the afternoon?
I
The
think so.
impression that these people would have come here and done all this shit at night, but you're telling me they did it in the middle of the day?
No, we need to talk to people. We're here to talk
It's
to
like,
people, so
it's
it's gonna
like
be
just
nice.
a little before lunchtime.
Yeah.
For lunchtime. So, like,
you
yeah, I was gonna go to lunch, and then this happened.
geophysics lab courses, Roy? Is there a lab you might be at right now?
Pretty close.
Because we blew up a lab and then set the adjacent office on fire.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you can't prove nothing. You a cop? Gotta tell me if you're a cop.
Maybe maybe I'm in the office that's on fire, so I have to like grab stuff.
Yeah. So you
Good.
just saw an old man and a cat
A cat you
Emerged.
know.
emerge through a trapdoor in the floor, throw a bottle of brandy back in after them, followed by 3 matches, and then walk out the door like nothing happened, and they're going to go collect their on fire car. That's what you
Okay.
just saw.
I've got one of those shoulder bags, you know, and
Messenger
in goes
bag.
my laptop, in goes like a folder with a bunch of school shit and whatnot, and then I open the bottom drawer and I pull out my revolver and I run after him.
Well, so and just before you run after them. Oh wait, no, this is afterwards, isn't it? I can't remember.
We at that point we hadn't killed the Migo.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of simultaneity going on right now. Yeah.
So there's an explosion.
Maybe I go and grab a fire extinguisher and try and put the fucking fire out.
Oh, neat. Yeah. Okay. And then there's an explosion.
What's that?
Okay, so I just did 3 harm to Roy before meeting him. Congratulations, Roy.
I think that the explosion is in the lab area, and Roy is in the adjacent
Okay.
office. Roy,
Okay.
you shared that office with a Professor Harvey Walters, who is obsessed with collecting these books and learning new languages that he will not share with you.
Quite frankly, it's all Greek to you.
It's more Latin.
That's a physics joke. The Greek alphabet is like everything in physics.
I thought he said geophysics.
Rock physics are still physics, man.
Are they?
I don't know. Stop asking
I
me
think they're a
questions.
little more sedimentary.
Wow. Wow.
Make it
Metamorph-
so.
Only a
Otherwise, my
moraine
respect
would
for you,
confuse the
Mike.
two.
Yeah, so there's a giant explosion, and when the ringing stops in your ears, the whop, you find that there is a giant monster, this fungal creature that looks like a cross between like a lobster and a bat and an octopus, and like it's got these giant like mechanical claw feet things, and its head, instead of having like anything approaching a face, It's like a giant overinflated rubber football with little tendrils sticking out of it, and it's smoking and scarred and scratched and exploded. And like in one of its extruded octopus / lobster crab claw things, it's got it has Professor Walter's research assistant, Mandy, by the neck. She appears dead. And also, Marjorie, if you want to bust in this scene, with, I don't know what your preferred weapon is. Like, I'm imagining you with like nunchucks now, so you probably should let me know.
I have a silver knife and a crossbow, and also a .38 revolver because, in sticky situations you don't want it to jam.
I like to imagine that there was like a sale on .38 revolvers. Like a salesman came by this college campus.
Look, it's a practical weapon. You don't have if you get to clean it, you're not going to die when it won't fire. It's good.
And bears, just in case bears.
Just in case bears. Yeah.
Well, this is not the first time that this has happened here.
No. Okay. And I would be aware of that because I have actually done a little bit of research as I came to find these two random books that came up in the library that I would like to acquire because they're special. So I will. Oof. I don't really like to charge in alone, but
Gary's
I
fighting
will.
it.
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4 people actively engaged with it, or
For
several
various
people.
definitions of people.
Do they seem like they know what they're doing?
Gary has sword chucks.
One of them is pacing back and forth with her grenade launcher as if unsure what to do with it.
I thought you were in the process of bagging and tagging.
Oh,
After
it's
the
not
coming
explosion?
in.
Wait, is it dead or not dead?
We didn't kill it because we have to capture it alive. That's your agency's
oh God, we're in the
bullshit.
geophysics
Yeah,
office.
sorry.
And
Is it
we're
incapacitated? Because I
experiment.
figured the way you described it, it seemed not incapacitated. So I was getting ready to kill it
Because there's a bunch of people already engaged with it,
not that serious.
run in with his revolver, and he's got it turns the corner up, sort of the way that people do when they're not going to shoot something, and he reaches down and fumbles for his phone and starts recording everything.
No, don't do that, sir. Roy,
Right in
don't
the
do
monster.
that.
You don't see that
Roy.
right now.
Roy, I need you to trust me right now. Don't do that.
Uh,
She knows your name, and that's probably the first time you've ever met her.
we left the office yet? Have Mr. Scrufflebutt and Church reappeared yet? I mean, Mr. Scrufflebutt teleported back in, I think.
The scene restarts immediately at where we left last week, which is you blow up the gas main, taking out or at least knocking over the giant the creature, the Migo, possibly assisting in the murder of Harvey Walters and Mandy Thompson, Professor Walters. And his research assistant, Mandy. But they are both dead. The Migo, if not dead, is definitely near dead. I believe Mr. Scrufflebutt was 100% intent on killing it, so there may be a cat clawing the shit out of it.
Yes.
And I believe Gwen was in the process of getting some sort of bagging and tagging thing.
Yeah, if she
some
needs
sort
it
of
alive, I
containment
won't kill it.
capsule thing. Scruffles, don't kill it. It's good.
So
Ow.
I'm just batting it around between my front paws like a cat does with a dead mouse.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just
Just
keep the
one
claws in.
tentacle, because that's all you can bat.
No, it's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
So you're a 450-pound cat.
No, I'm a tiny cat just batting around this whole thing for because fuck physics. I'm a cat.
This is
All right, Gwen, as you're pulling the thing into your the body bags, the massive body bags that you have, you notice that it has a set of arms that it kept closer to its body, and one of them is clutching a it's kind of a tube. It's about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet long. It's not super wide, maybe like 3-4 inches across. And there's like you can't see much of it, but it's definitely got this golden color, and it's kind of glinting in the light. That's what catches your eye.
I'm gonna try and like wrench it out of this thing's little shitty arm.
Yeah, it's gripped on there pretty tight, but you put your boot on it and you yank and you get it free. And I'm not sure how much like ancient historical knowledge and stuff you have, but other people in the room are definitely going to recognize this as a scroll case.
Scruffles, good or bad? Church?
What do you got? Let me see.
He tosses it to
and, like,
you.
Walk over, and I've got like a jug of ethyl alcohol in one hand, and I'm beginning to like pour it over the monster, and on the other hand, I'll examine the scroll case.
I found.
This is the fancy gold version of the stuff you tried to explode minutes ago.
Yeah, we should probably just burn this.
Okay. What do we do about the civvies who just appeared?
At this moment, another person pushes their way into this room. It's a blonde lady with glasses, and she's holding a microphone, like a wireless microphone. And behind her are 2 or 3 other people, and they all have these GoPro sort of things that with like camera extensions, and like they immediately fan out in the room. So there's one of them like right behind her doing that like action journalism thing, and then 2 of them get like flanking shots of her, so that they can get like from the ground up as they look at her from the situation.
Oh,
the other one has
a thing.
Yeah, it's like multiple camera angles, and she says, "This is Amanda on scene live where an explosion has just rocked Algonquin Falls Community College. I'm here with people that have guns. There are guns drawn here. My life may be in danger. Click like now
over.
If you want to save my life."
I strut over.
Roy has put his gun away.
One like and one share equals one heart for my life.
Like
Immediately
I'm
when
just
somebody
standing in
pushes
the corner,
down.
like, what even is happening here? This is just so not according to anyone's standards. You need to be following some kind of protocol. So I'm just gonna stay over here.
I strut over and begin to soothe the blogger lady.
I continue dousing the monster in ethyl alcohol.
What's that? You continue dousing the monster in ethyl alcohol? Okay.
Church, no. Look, don't burn. Let me go handle this, and don't burn. I'll be right back.
This cat was on the scene.
I block any negative emotions that the blogger is feeling, just to calm her the fuck down.
You don't feel any negative emotions. You feel an incredible surge of like, this is my purpose. I'm doing the right thing. By God, I finally found my calling in life.
Okay. No stretches?
This next
no, it's like it's 1 part April O'Neil, 1 part Superman's girlfriend, whose name I can't remember.
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. Thanks.
So, Gwen's gonna go over and be like, "Ma'am, this is an official government matter," and she's gonna show her a badge real quick. And the fun thing about belonging to an agency with weird tech gadgets is my badge is actually also an EMP, so I just have to push the corner 3 times, and that recorder and all the cameras are dead, and they don't know it. So I'll give an interview. But none of this will be recordable.
Oh, they'll know right away because their electronics will short out, unless you're like jamming them or something spooky.
Well, yeah, maybe it just prevents it from actually recording anything. Like they still have power, but like they just can't save anything to any kind of drive.
Well, you turn all their SATA cables orange.
That sounds like magic.
It's a forcible. It could be magic, right? I mean, maybe it's something they've developed from monsters that you've murdered. In
like
Cold
Sasquatch.
Blood and Harvest. Yeah, like the Squatch mouse that you killed.
Don't destroy them if we can weaponize them.
But I'm going to need some sort of, like, how did you come across this thing? Or is there a move on your character sheet or item that indicates that you can do this?
Under resources for my agency, it says weird tech gadgets. So I just figured I had weird tech gadgets. We're well financed and weird.
Roll weird. Give me weird to use the magical weird tech gadget.
Oh, good. I have 0 in that. So
there's a move that's use magic. So
fine, I'm sure.
Go for it.
I get an XP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
You
you
got
know what?
some solid experience.
I'm starting to give an interview thinking that they're not able to record it.
Suddenly, all their cameras are recording in 4K.
He's going to like push through, kind of like still like holding his phone so that like behind him so that it's still recording this whole thing going on with the monster and the alcohol and everything. Like he's gonna turn towards the reporter and be like, excuse me, you need to have permission from the dean in order to bring cameras on here and conduct interviews on campus, unless you're part of the student club.
Newspaper.
Information wants to be free.
Ugh.
Gwen,
You
you
can't
He
can't.
own
continues.
property, man.
Gwen, you can shoot her.
No, these you don't need to pay any money, but you do need permission to film on campus.
You're in a public space. This is a public college, so there is no assumption of privacy here, sir. I mean, Professor, I'm sorry.
Ma'am, this is an active crime scene that you are trespassing on, and that is very certainly not public property. So I will need you to pack up your gear and leave post haste, or we are definitely going to have a problem.
Witness live as America descends into fascism as this officer of the United States punches a reporter. One like, one prayer. Stay with me. Retweet this if you're getting this stream. We'll bring it all the way to the top. We're uncovering corruption as we speak.
It's at that point that Church like sort of lazily flips the match onto the doused creature.
No! It's the one thing you were supposed to do!
Look, they're burning evidence, but luckily, my crew of stalwart recorders are there. Recorders? What do you call people that... Camera people.
My camera crew.
My camera crew, my peers, and are all recording this destruction of property and elimination of evidence as the black helicopters fly in. I will be there reporting live.
I just realized I can just carry people away.
Mm-hmm.
You just blink us out.
Can you please carry her away?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just, the longer this goes on, the more I'm pondering, can I smash their GoPros without getting me?
The question is, can you teleport them sans electronics?
I just take her, the obvious leader of this group, and I'm going to take her to the bodega.
Oh, the bodega.
I believe the bodega probably has some sort of like holding cell.
I mean, I'm just going to take her to the bodega. Like, she's going to appear in front of the cash, at the bodega, and I'm going to just like demand belly rubs or something.
Get some fucking chips, and then you just teleport out.
So yeah, I'm just gonna we're gonna go for a bit of a
get
ride.
back and she's gonna like have run up my Wi-Fi.
How would she connect to it?
I don't know. It's unsecured. I'm an old person.
It's still called D-Link. The admin password is blank. All right, so I'm gonna roll plus weird. Hey, that's a success.
Nice success. Okay, so she's outside, and there's literally nothing that she can do to prevent that from happening. But the camera crew start like recording each other and like, what do we do?
All right, I'm gonna go over and tell them, now might be a good time.
Do you have
arrested?
You have a business card? I need a business card.
I have a business card.
I was asking the cameraman, but I'll take yours also.
Okay.
No, I'll take yours also. I need to. There's a lot of stuff I need to talk to the dean about.
Yes, you probably should talk to the dean about all of this.
You get the card. It's like, oh yeah, we've got our card. Yeah, please feel free to call if you have any interesting information that you want to share with us. And her card is like Sharp Productions, as HRPE, and it's got like a YouTube and a Twitter and like an what's the thing where the pictures.
Instagram with the
Instagram,
and like all the things
Snapchat.
that the social media kids are doing these days.
She just has like icons across the bottom of her card.
Well, it's all the same username because she's good at this.
And on the other side, there's a QR code.
Oh, nice. I'm curious. I'm gonna like lean over and snap it.
It brings you to like this multimedia portal site for all of Sharp Productions, like recent exposés and documentaries, and there's like a surprising number of these are about monsters that have shown up in Algonquin Falls.
In the bottom right, it's powered by Squarespace.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? Oh, I'm gonna start thinking about ways I might be able to do this one. She seems to already be interested in the monsters.
Church, do you want to be good cop or bad cop?
There's one setting for church, so
Burn things.
Let me try nice first, I guess. So while y'all are handing business cards and stuff back and forth, Gwen's gonna come out to the cameraman and hold out her hand and say, I'm going to need to hold on to those electronic recording devices temporarily until this is all sorted out. I'm sure you understand it's all standard government procedure. I have the requisition forms here, and I have carte blanche to basically requisition and commandeer any equipment needed for the conduction of my duties.
Yeah. So the leader of the camera crew is a very put together dude. He's like super thin, like almost to the level of Gaunt, and he's got like a top bed from Community. I don't have an better.
Okay.
And thanks. He says, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. There's one more thing I forgot to mention, and he turns and bolts. And then the other two guys does the same.
Okay, hunting
Marjorie's
rifle.
not
But like other directions, like one guy like jumps out the window, and the other guy like starts running into the hall.
Not the carpal?
She says, Church, get that one, and then she falls to a knee and basically gets her hunting rifle and shoots the head guy in the knee.
Okay. That's great. All the fact that you're shooting a civilian before church goes, or
I'm a shadowy government agency. It's fine.
Go ahead and roll that real quick.
Roll plus hunt?
Yeah, this is kicking some ass. So go ahead and kick some student ass.
Is that tough?
Yeah, it's plus tough.
What do you roll? What does cool count for? I have good cool.
Acting under pressure stuff.
Oh. I guess this is not acting well under pressure.
I think kick some ass is like they have a chance to deal their harm back to you, though. And I don't think these guys are fighting back, so this might be acting under pressure. Like you have a time-limited situation here.
What say you, Mike?
Yeah, there's a thing that I forgot to pull up that I'm looking for right now.
Oh, good.
It's called moves, because I forgot that
consequences.
There you go.
The wheel of morality.
Turn.
Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Blame your parents.
So many lessons. So before this whole thing goes down, I imagine Church is like standing right behind Gwen with like the dregs of the bottle of lab alcohol in one hand and sort of just like his revolver in the other, and sort of to punctuate the things she's saying, he'll just like take a swig of the lab alcohol.
Oh, good.
Just before this whole thing breaks out. In Leonard Skinner t-shirt.
Yeah, that's definitely act under cooler. Act under pressure. Real cool.
Okay. Evan, Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's better than your 6.
Yeah, it is. I'm not having.
Holy crap!
What?
You rolled a 3 and a 1.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's how 3, 7 with a 4.
Right, and then add 3.
Good job, Math Squad.
Forget that you can add to your act under pressure, right? Bottle it up.
I don't have that move.
Oh.
I have unfazable, battlefield awareness, and medic. None of which apply right now.
Funny that you said Jesus Christ, because that's exactly what Roy says when you fucking pull out a gun and start shooting.
I already had the gun. I mean, it's a hunting rifle, so it's obviously just there. I just brandished it at a civilian and discharged.
Pull it out.
Okay. No. So this is one of the things I love about this game. So I have a basic keeper move called Review Future Badness.
Uh-huh.
So your shot, very nice. Definitely, this guy, if he had any intent in playing pro football, that those dreams are shattered. Right. John Madden in the future will be drawing videos on this, or drawing on this video, and be like, and you can see right here where the bullet broke right through the guy's kneecap and shattered it, and that's not something you walk away from. Use it, and it's just John Madden on his computer. So what you don't see, you're pretty happy. Good shot, right? What you don't see is that there's blood that happens when this shot. There's blood. There's the fluid that's in the knee, cap and the bones and stuff. And some of that blood goes with the bullet as it travels through the knee. Some of it spills out of it, and you're not exactly sure where all this blood went. But there is like one of those edits where, like, some of the blood drips down, it goes through a crack in the floor, and it goes through a pipe and it rolls down a little bit, and there's a little drip, 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 drip. And there is, as the blood drips, an eldritch rune is filled with blood and is alight with an eerie glow.
I've activated the protection for the school, guys. You're welcome.
I think I might just stay at the bodega if that's cool with everyone.
Yeah, we should head back there. There might be something we should check out. I'm pretty sure the Slurpee machine needs refilled by now. So,
But you got that, kid.
Good shot.
Go get camera.
Yeah, Church is gonna head the direction. He's gonna follow Gwen's lead without his knees, hopefully, and like throw the jug at one and like.
What's wrong with you people?
just try to tackle one of them and take their gear and all this stuff. But they're civilians, so I'm not going to shoot any of them. I don't know what they're
You're
teaching you with
civilian
that.
too. It's okay.
Okay.
I think our definitions of okay are totally different.
Relatively sure that's not how it actually works.
God, I'm calling 911.
Good
sorry.
idea.
Roy, look at me right now.
Yeah,
Put
Gwen.
the phone down.
Church,
Ew.
Yeah.
Church, roll me some cool for helping out another hunter.
Boom.
Okay, nice. Oh wait, that's not what that. Well, whatever, that's fine. So you got no problem.
I don't know you, lady, but you'd better. Okay, Roy is going to pull out his gun now and point it at. And it's like, don't point that at me. Yeah, it's not so funny when you don't have a camera but another gun, right?
She's going to put her gun
I'm going
down
to call
and come
I'm
up
going to
and
call
disarm
an
you.
ambulance
It's
to get this person help.
Church is going to pull out both of his guns and walk over. Like, I feel like we can talk this out, you guys. Like, maybe we should all just calm down. How you doing there, Marge?
Okay, so, Steve, look, lady with the hunting rifle, I'm pretty sure that you're here to deal with the large flaming monster behind you. Maybe now is the
On fire, by
time
the
for
way.
us all to, like, focus on the monster and not be pointing our guns at each other. Just gonna throw that out there as a wild idea.
Church would actually pull down the gun that he's got facing at Marge. She's like, she's probably right. And he'll look at sort of side-eye at Gwen. She's a terrible shot anyway.
Ma'am,
Gotten trained on Roy, though. He seems like a dangerous madman.
Marge, I
professors
guess your
are.
name is. The agency I work for, the second part of the name of it is containment. Extranatural containment. That doesn't just include physical. If the world knew that monsters existed, things would be bad very quickly. Great
Look,
idea.
I know exactly what agency, and it's fine. It's a relatively new operation. I get it. Do you really think that anyone is going to believe some GoPro videos of some frantic college students, and that anyone who does believe them isn't already a crazy pants? I'm just really, in terms of what your priorities are here, running away college students that are already conspiracy theorists is probably not high on the list compared to large flaming monster that we should probably deal with. Just an idea.
While they're doing that, you can hear Roy. There's been an explosion at Algonquin at the community high school, and there's been shots fired. I think somebody
Roy,
might have
put the
gotten
goddamn
hit.
phone down.
I don't know what's going on. Please send now.
Sir, it's okay. Officer Harrigan is on his way. They've got a cleanup crew. It's nothing we haven't seen before. We got it taken care of.
I mean, no disrespect. I know you're a professional, but I'm pretty sure there's some stuff here you haven't seen before.
I would say that now is probably the time we would all like to work together and eliminate the monster from the playing field before the police arrive.
Yeah, Church sort of lowers his gun to where he'll shoot you in the lower half of your body, if he needs to, and then just sort of with the other hand makes the wrap it up motion.
Church. She's gonna throw her cuffs over. Actually, she's gonna throw her cuffs over to Gary and say, "Gary, cuff him. We need to get him in the car. We need to get out of here. Church, help me load this burnt, garbage ass monster in the back of my car."
No, the Migo is a smear of shit on the floor.
Let's remove any debris that we can, so there's less evidence that a monster died in this hallway.
At this point, Church already has like a bottle of sulfuric acid in each hand, like the fairly dilute stuff. But he's like already sort of spreading it on the floor. He knows the drill. He's done this before.
So who's pointing a gun at Roy right now?
You're no longer a threat. I mean, you can still have a weapon out, but you just got like punked.
All right.
Professor, is there something around in one of these labs that we can pretend caused this accident? You know, for the benefit of the police.
I mean, there was a gas main that you blew up.
Okay, just to make sure we all understand the situation.
But just, I'm mostly meaning the monster smear on the, not the gas main. We can just explain that as a gas main, but that won't really explain what happened in this hallway.
Well, the car that slammed into the science desk and started a massive fire/explosion.
Then we may need to run the fire from the office to here.
Dude, like Roy is going to look at the monster smear there, and then like back at them and say, "You know, in all seriousness, I've seen worse on the carpets in the dorms."
This is why I'm a librarian, not a professor.
Church will try turning the car over, see if it still runs after that.
No. There's an indicator light in the car, and the indicator light says "Yoko is fucked," and that's it. It's the "Do not try to turn me on" indicator light.
I'm kind of glad Exhibit did that for us.
Church will get back out of the car, won't even bother like closing the door, and he'll go back over to the shelf where the alcohol lives.
So
this was a car you stole, right? It wasn't, or was this?
I think this was the agency one. So
No. No, the agency vehicle starts without a problem.
Okay.
The kid that you shot?
We have
there's
to get him.
Like
There was a bullet in the science desk that was heated up by the fire.
It was just totally some shrapnel from the explosion. He has a concussion and doesn't know what happened.
Swamp gas. It's all swamp gas. Everything was.
Sasquatch came by and just shot on the floor, and that's where the Migo stain came from.
Sasquatch came by. He was holding a 38 for some reason. It was weird.
238s.
It's okay. The agency uses biodegradable corn bullets. There's no evidence.
They're ice bullets. They melt after they.
Yeah.
The perfect crime.
We just have to get that man to a sauna.
Just a CO2 cartridge you plug into the bottom.
Is he like whining and clawing himself across the floor? Is he like in shock and dying?
He's performed emergency first aid upon himself. He's taken off his belt and formed a tourniquet above the knee. And is yeah.
We got lucky and like kneecapped a Delta. And he's good.
He's from Delta Green. He's seen all this shit before.
Yeah.
He's all like, no, I read about this once. It's fine. I'll be all right. I'm never going to walk again properly on this foot. I'll be limping forever. I'm going to expect a nice cash settlement from your agency, lady.
Sure. Just look up the FBI, and And
What's the point where we hand him the NSA's card? Right? Just like, this is us.
It has a
Contact my lawyer.
6-digit phone number on it.
It's just, all right. So to understand everyone's motivations, Gwen, did you collect all the electronics? I'm not going to make you like repeat that you did. Just you got all the cameras.
yeah, she's getting them all, and these tech guys can probably recover this stuff on them. So instead of like breaking them, I am taking them.
Okay, and you're gonna drive. Are you driving the vehicle out of the classroom, or are you waiting for the cops to arrive?
we are backing out and we are leaving.
Okay.
How many of us fit in this thing?
Enough.
Roy's like following because I assume everybody's like going out to the vehicle. He's like, wait, the bodega. What are you doing here?
Roy, we can explain in the car. We all need to just get in the car and we need to leave. Also, you need to come with us. Both of you need to come with us. I forgot about that part. You need to come with us and we need to leave. All of us as a group. It'll be fun. It'll be a road trip.
Why?
Are you just trying to kidnap the guy you're stalking?
Because a monster just died here, and that'll put you on a lot of people's radars if you are here when the police show up, regardless of whether or not the monster is actually here.
But I'm supposed to be here.
You can come back later when things die down.
I don't think
You
things
act
are
like
getting more
I've never
dead.
seen a monster before. I've never been involved in a monster-like situation, but I've been involved in a number of them. I can handle myself.
Marge, if you stay here, the library's in danger.
If you stay
I
here,
am not
then
going
we
to talk
stay
to you
here.
about the library.
You really? This is the best play? To them?
I don't like to get in cars with people I don't know where they're going or what their intentions are. I
We're
don't
going
like
back
this
to
one.
Our intentions are killing as many of those things as we need to not have any more left.
It's a lot easier to kill monsters when you're not in prison. And by monsters, I mean the actual come in the night and kill you and is made of nightmares, and not so much the like metaphorical, oh, these people killed people, so that makes them monsters, people that you may come
I know
across in
what you're
prison.
talking about. I don't need the explanation for civilians.
Perhaps if there's two civilians and you know what I'm talking about, it's not directed at you.
No one in this room is a civilian.
Well, to me, you're all civilians, ma'am.
If you're not part of the agency, you are a civilian. The cat is a civilian too, because for some reason we had to grant him American citizenship.
I don't see a cat here, sir, or ma'am.
Cat here?
Cat. I don't see a cat here.
Just there's a cat, and it's an American citizen, and it does things.
Mm-hmm. Is that on the record?
Wait, the cops are here now?
Who did you think you were talking to?
Marge and Roy. And the cops showed up. I thought we were getting the fuck out.
So you see Officer Harrigan there, and he's kind of putting his boot over, or not, like nudging with his foot, not putting his boot on, Professor Walters, and then he pushes back his hat and he scratches his head and he puts it down. And he says, "Well, I knew sooner or later Walters' pursuits would meet with an untimely end."
Yeah, it was the craziest thing. He had some kind of bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Well, this looks more like the work of a gas main that exploded due to an unobserved science experiment, probably.
These kids are getting more and more reckless every year.
Mm-hmm.
George just like sort of looks at him and nods, confused that someone's doing the cover up for him, and then under his breath will mumble, "Swamp gas."
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we'll treat this like a 716. Well, I'll call $sign person from the paper. Make sure that this cuts out the right way. and we'll just get it all taken care of in short order. In the meantime, I'm going to need you all to clear out here right quick, please.
Yes, sir.
10-4 on that, officer.
I mean, you're definitely with the government then.
Sir,
Top.
Roy,
If you want me
we
to
need
get in the car, I'm gonna get in the car.
Yes, look, let's just talk in the car. We'll have a lovely road trip. We can stop at every bodega on the way and see if our cat is at any of them, and we can
No,
get some chips.
Your cat's right here, ma'am.
I swear to
The cop answers the first
Thanks.
Church is already in the driver's seat of the car. Smoking a cigarette.
You know, if you're driving, your insurance is liable and not the government or the agency's insurance, right?
That seems
It's
right.
not like he ever cared about who was liable.
Do you guys want to sit in the front seat together? I think there's tension.
Yeah, not that kind of tension.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the
Not anymore.
passenger seat.
Not after Pasadena.
Gross.
Like that
I
we
wanna
just
hear about-
assigned a city to this.
It's like Belgrade, whatever that city is.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna do that thing where time fast forwards. Well, no. What is your next stop? Like, you have a handful of shit. You've
I
got
don't
a
know,
student
Gwen,
reporter.
where are we going?
We should teleport that lady back so we could interrogate her.
I did.
She's back.
Did you teleport her
Magic.
into the? Did you teleport her into the Gary safe in the back of the car?
No. She's in the passenger seat, and I'm probably sitting on her lap purring a little bit.
Awesome. You should definitely keep negative emotions at a minimum.
You know, I knew that if I continued my crusade, that when enough truth got out, I would finally be taken serious by the correct people.
Oh yeah, darling, you definitely got our attention now. As Church sort of steers onto a side street. You are deep in this shit at the moment.
Was it the chemtrails one?
Not
Sure.
exactly.
No. Sure, it was the
Sure.
chemtrails one.
Sure. That's how they keep you from realizing that the Earth's flat. You know.
It also
Oh,
makes
no,
the
the
frogs
Earth's
gay, I
hollow.
hear.
Mike,
And
am I-
flat. It's hollow and flat.
Mike, have I ever been to space? Can I just leave her there?
Be hollow and flat.
I mean, if it's flat, what's underneath it?
Well, you know where you
The
have
turtle.
been.
With all due respect, lady, I've got the geophysics degree. I know the Earth is round and it's hollow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you're also going to tell me that the airplanes are not polluting our skies with mind-altering drugs. Look, I have it all right here. A very reputable scientist looked at it once.
Church's eyes roll hard enough that you can actually see his hair crease a little bit in the back, and he cracks open an old Milwaukee and just lets somebody else do the talking on this one.
Church,
I'm
you're
with
lucky
you
the
there.
car is armored.
We have I have the data to
Driving.
prove it. The murder rate or the rate of death in Algonquin Falls is 7 times the national average. And look, it all occurs in the same 4 places.
Algonquin Falls is surrounded by many bodies of water. The problem with many bodies of water is that frogs congregate there. The chemicals that are being dropped by airplanes are supposed to sterilize the frogs so that we can prevent their violent uprising. Are you happy?
Wait. What?
And the
four
frogs are
places?
drowning people because there's an indoor number of people who seem to find themselves dead in the water, which doesn't make any sense because how does somebody die and also have severe laceration or die from drowning and severe
Darling,
lacerations?
darling, hey,
What is a frog's preferred territory? The water. Think about it.
Church is just driving, but he's like looking at the passenger side. I need eye contact. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. 4 places. You said 4 places.
Yes.
Up until we hit 4 places. What are the 4 places?
What are those 4 places?
Focus.
Does this have to do with ley lines?
That is my belief.
You
Yes, I
just
believe
locked
that.
yourself back there, Mister.
Roy
Don't-
gets on his laptop and starts pulling up websites.
I believe there are
I
focuses of
will
energy that
kill you.
when
turn the
when
stormtrooper
certain phases
around.
of the moon are correct, they can open up, just energy portals. That's how the magic happens too. That's why the druids believed in Stonehenge.
Uh-huh.
Away Mad Lady. It's like, I think you might
Do
be like
you have a
3/4 correct.
of these 4 areas?
Yeah, she pulls up a map and she slaps down like no, she pulls up her website and she sends you like a link. Like
Okay, good.
and she wants to bump it to you.
Yeah.
We should exchange information.
It's like a
So I
JPEG
can-
on her website.
So I can add you to my LinkedIn and Facebook pages.
PDF map.
Okay, that'd be great. I give her one of my cover identities so I don't have that polluting my actual social media feed.
It's not to maintain secrecy or privacy. It's just to keep
No,
the fucking
it's
spam
because-
down.
Gosh, I'm just sitting here
church-
going, these are all the wrong conspiracy theory.
Her promo game is strong though.
Yeah, no, she's got the hustle. It's awesome.
That's
It's
what
true.
that's what
Like,
any
share,
social
subscribe.
media manager should aspire to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is when being interrogated by the government. Why don't you push that website a little bit?
Yeah.
Can I connect with you on LinkedIn? Yeah.
I'd like to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn.
That's right. All right, so I'm going to take a look at these areas and see if there's something that I, maybe have already been aware of, something that needs to be researched.
So she shows you the map, and for the places I've already written down, and the fifth one is kind of like a circle around an area with a question mark. There is a Algonquin Falls Park. There is a country club. There is a farm, and there's a place called Mookie's Barbecue.
Okay.
We should investigate the barbecue first. It is around noon.
Go get some lunch.
May
That
as
was the
well.
Implication, yeah.
All right. Yeah, Church will turn towards the barbecue.
I guess lunch is on me today, folks.
You bet it is.
Not Uncle Sam? Whatever.
I like to say it's me, but I have a P card. So.
You know, we
So,
all know how this works, right?
You were in the laboratory? She's like consulting her notes now and like getting back to looking what's going on.
Oh, Scufflebutt,
You
you
following
want to handle
the
that
lead?
before she gets too inquisitive, maybe?
I apparently can't because she's not feeling negative emotions.
Just like bounce her.
Oh. No, I like her. I like her here.
Great.
It's, cat-like.
So I was under
Is
the
there an
impression
ejector seat
that
on these things?
Professor Walters and his assistant Mandy had a third person, which formed a conspiracy because I have to be at least 3 people in a conspiracy.
There's always the one that betrays the other two, right?
A
Did you
third
interview
person?
Dr. Winthrop?
No.
Can Roy do some digging on these locations that were mentioned?
Is Roy connected to Dr. Winthrop on LinkedIn?
I mean, probably. They're another faculty member at the.
There's
the school.
a separate like staff or like
But
school
like,
staff.
It's called Staff Book.
Roy wanted to
They
sort
probably
of
have a SharePoint on Office 365.
see is there a history at some of these locations about stuff, or did people have a known history at these locations? Besides the campus.
Yeah. So actually, the campus is not listed in those 4 locations, which considering the number of people who just died there makes you wonder the statistical correctness of this. But the country club is rumored to have been cursed by the indigenous population back when people first settled the Europeans first settled North America. And whether or not that's true or not, it certainly has a negative impact on the golf game of celebrities and politicians who play at this course. It's rumored to be way more difficult than it has any right to be. Additionally, the Algonquin Falls Park is known for the highest rate of visitor deaths of any national park, including places like the Grand Canyon and Death Valley and things like that, due to the absurd number of drownings. And despite the fact that they are constantly posting warning signs because of that, it seems that people just want to go climbing on the rocks, and the rocks are slippery, and they fall into the water, and they can't get out, and they drown. And that happens a lot. The Turner Farm was rumored to be a spot for the mob, where the mob would kill people, but that was found out to be just a rumor. And there's not really a good explanation that people have for why the farmhands keep dying there. But it seems like people get hired, and they fall off their necks, turn into a horse. You continue to acquire scritches. In the meantime, this Amanda is like constantly rattling off all this stuff. Also, Roy, you should roll mystery investigation solving London. I believe is sharp.
Yep, plus sharp.
My butt hurt.
Right?
Okay. So sharp, I've got a +2 to that.
You get XP.
You mark an XP.
So that was investigate a mystery, right?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
reveal some information to the monster, or whoever you were talking about. The keeper might ask you some questions that you have to answer.
What did oh, interesting. Okay.
You say.
I'm just gonna put that in my hat for a bit.
Is this counting as a new mystery?
Probably.
Or does my Destiny's Plaything still count from the last session?
What was Destiny's Plaything?
It's at the beginning of each mystery, roll plus weird to see what's revealed about your immediate future.
And it was
Sure.
not positive.
What did I reveal last time?
Nothing. It was just something bad was going to happen to me. But I kind of had to drop out of the session on and off, so I don't know if it really happened.
You're remember Jacqueline from last session, right? The waitress that claimed to be psychic.
Yep.
Yeah. The bad thing that's going to happen to you is she's going to die in your presence.
Well,
Yeah, and she
I'll just-
like shrieked and
That's
fell
right.
over.
Wait, did she actually die? Because I
No,
wasn't there for that.
not to your knowledge. I
Okay.
mean, she's still at the.
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
We'll consider this the same mystery for that purpose.
Okay.
Even though it's not. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's more or less this. So. Next, who's doing? So yeah, Amanda keeps talking about this Dr. Winthrop character, about how she's definitely in on the conspiracy of everything that's going on, and yeah, that's cat. Imagine a cat that's 4 times that size.
I'm never gonna live down 45 pounds
Nope.
of cat.
You're not.
It's too funny.
Can I It sounds like we need to figure this out. Can I can I rack my brain about these things and see if there's something that makes one of those places that she's outlined more attractive as a monster hunting spot than others?
Sure.
The fact that the barbecue probably has gas hookups and open flame.
Yeah.
Guess I can roll sharp.
Sure.
Alright.
Oh,
Nice.
I mean, that's an okay roll, I guess.
Ooh.
Level up. It just won't happen.
Do you want to ask questions, or do you want me to just straight up give you answers?
And I feel like we're kind of at a point where it wouldn't hurt for some just even if it's just vague direction, just yeah, it seems like they probably live at the lake or something like that.
So things that you know about the Migo, because you have a history with these things. They don't fare well in on Earth as a rule.
Okay.
They're not from here. They don't do well here. They have to have basically they live off of this ether web that is kind of like odorless and tasteless and invisible, and but it is exuded by these growths that they plant
Okay.
in areas that they consider theirs, and they can't exist outside of it. They don't. They start to die. It's like they suffocate / starve, and they get disoriented and can't talk to each other. It's real not good. So there's got to be. This thing was on its A game when you took it down. So there's got to be some sort of Aether node or whatever this thing is, relatively nearby the school.
Okay.
And also these points that Amanda is talking about, like they're all cross-referenced on the map, kind of on the periphery of center point that is by the school and library. And if you know anything from monster hunting, it's that if you draw lines on a map, you want to look for where they intersect.
Especially if it's at a library. We'll get turned back around, and we'll start heading towards the library. Somebody should try to contact that professor she keeps babbling about.
Doctor, not a professor.
Doctor, sorry. Doctor she keeps babbling about?
I'm going to swat you with my tail because I was looking forward to some proper barbecue.
I've got more important things to do. Tell you what, we'll get some good Algonquin Falls barbecue after we deal with the invasion of creatures that should not be. How about that?
I find your terms acceptable.
I figured you would. Yeah, and then we'll head back.
Communicate non-verbally, or do you actually talk, by the way?
Entirely non-verbally.
Okay.
I've only ever said one sentence and only Church heard it.
If you had psychic.
Nope. I am a cat.
In my head, you sounded like Gilbert Gottfried. So
aren't all cats a little psychic?
Yes.
I guess you get along with Church, so he sort of understands you pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like we have a relationship. Not the relationship he wants with Cat wants with Gary, but yeah. No, so we'll drive back to the. I'll explain my reasoning and what I know, and impress everyone in the car, obviously, with my expertise in this matter, and why we are headed back towards the library, and what we might have to do there, because it's gonna get ugly. It's probably gonna get ugly.
So when you get back towards the school, the police have several cruisers in the scene. They already have tape up, and there's already like subcontractors measuring the hole that you made in the wall and preparing to do a patch job. And it's been like 20 minutes.
Okay. So they're on the ball.
Yeah. And there's the library attached to the school itself. And then there's the old schoolhouse that was built back when Algonquin Falls was first founded. And it's kind of like its own building off to the side in kind of like this like historic area. And it's like one part community library, one part historic library. And it's very quaint. It's the original buildings. So it's got like a stone barn sort of thing. And there's a playground nearby.
Okay, that all seems like dramatically appropriate monster habitat. We should start there.
The playground? Yes, definitely.
I mean, I thought these weren't part of the ley lines, though.
Shut your mouth, sir.
This is like the central point.
Babbling about ley lines. We got work to do. Just get out your little toy gun, and we're gonna go deal with this.
This is why I like Church the best.
Does this mean I'm deputized?
welcome to the team. Church says not having the authority to do that, and swings himself out the door of the now stopped vehicle and stomps into the playground area.
I'm gonna perch up on Roy's shoulders and I'm gonna let the blogger lady do her thing.
She is narrating now into her phone, and she's got her phone plugged into an external battery that she wears at her hip.
She's prepared.
It's a little bit afternoon on a nice day. It's sunny out, the breeze is blowing, and there is no one in the playground.
Good.
You're the only car in the lot. There's
a
nobody.
playground in a college?
It's a near the college.
Yeah, like I
adjacent to.
kind of got the idea that like you have like the one room schoolhouse and like the old part of the town is on that side, and then the college just kind of grew up on the other side of that
Yes.
area. Yeah, so it's
Sure.
like old town central
And
part.
I mean,
This is the gesture for that.
if the college has like the daycare on site for the faculty's kids, they would need a playground too. And the
Right.
thing, and then the
Fair.
around it, and then
Right, and they're around and there's a building. Exactly.
Objection withdrawn.
In fact, there's only one other car here besides yours, and it's parked in front of the regional library.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go look for nodes.
All right,
Wait.
that sounds observy.
Just go poking around, see if I can find these weird growths or amigo. It's possible.
I'm gonna
Roll me
follow
something,
closely.
and that'll show us whether or not you find a weird growth or amigo.
Real sharp.
Because I'm really interested in this procedure that he's doing.
I'm also riding around on your shoulders, Royce. You don't like feel fear or anything. Fear, pity, or remorse, and cannot be stopped unless killed. What?
All right, rolling sharp to
We're
see
mixing and
things.
matching our media here.
Okay, I believe that's a full success, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so you
Sure,
find
still miss.
so over by the library, you find something that looks like it's if Amigo had vomited up something bad and it had grown otherworldly nastiness on it, and it was like part you know those crazy weird like tumors that sometimes grow in people that's like
That have teeth and eyelashes and stuff.
yes
Nope.
it's like somebody
Okay.
barfed one of those things onto the side of the building, and it's kind of twitching
What?
and it's got like
Oh.
pulsating tumors, and the entire thing has got this weird texture that's kind of like granular, except for the teeth, which are bone white and sharp, and the whole thing is it's cold to be near.
You're thinking of the word bizarre or bizor,
Zor?
which is
Is it Bazor?
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
thought
I think
bizarre
it's
was
a
like a-
long E.
It's yeah. I know I know what you're talking about. Okay,
It's
am I
gross
recognizing this thing?
I'm sorry, what's up?
Using this thing as the node that we're looking for, or is this like some sort of other phenomenon with these guys that you haven't talked about yet?
This is what's like in Migo lore, for the people that study Migo, they have called these things an aether tumor.
Okay.
And you know several things about them. They burn really well, and if
Oh,
there are
God.
Migo nearby, they will fight to the death to defend them, because if you destroy them, they will suffocate and die.
All right, everybody.
Read
Here's
the
the deal.
situation first.
Why is church always burning things?
I mean, I feel like
'Cause it's
yeah,
always
I want to look for exits, like the quickest way out. Before we do this, Yeah, so Gary's with us. Gary should absolutely go.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Mark XP, Gary. We're gonna make an actual chosen one of you yet. Is there a downside to that rule?
So Gary,
Yes.
you are in the middle of an old town, or you're in the middle of the old town, right? There are people nearby. Like across the street, there is a busy gas station and a supermarket and the village green where children like to frolic. And if you fight Migo here, there's going to be horrible bloodshed and civilian casualty. But Migo don't like to be out in the open, and if there's a tumor here, this means that there's got to be some sort of underground or cavernous, like gymnasium or like a cavern nearby where they're roosting.
Are there any barns nearby or ice huts?
Ice huts?
It's you used to store like a giant block of ice in them, and they were basically a fridge through the summer.
I misprint. I know what that is now, but I was thinking like Legend of Korra ice huts.
Yeah.
That's an
It took me a
igloo.
second. I'm like, why would there be a hut?
Shit, that is
space?
an igloo. Yes.
That's an igloo.
Yeah, it's there. There's that run room schoolhouse, and there's this regional library. Those are the two closest buildings.
All right, everybody.
Keep
While Gary's scoping out the situation, Church is like starting the process. So he's like dousing the thing in whatever alcohol he has available.
It slightly like retracts when you do that, and the couple of the pustules change from a bright purple to a dull brown.
Interesting. Okay, so y'all, when I light this, we should run like hell.
Wait, we can't run. These people that are going to be.
I apply
if
my
we-
5 demon bag.
What does that do? What is that? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just teabagging Church right now.
Actually, he's teabagging Roy since he's.
Riding Roy around.
Oh, is it Roy now? I thought you were at Church while you looked around.
Should I use the grenade launcher?
not in the middle of town.
Smoke it. Fire in the hole.
Not in the middle of town.
Common sense roll. Like,
So, Church, did you say you're lighting on fire now? I heard fire in the hole. Does that?
I thought that you were trying to be discreet.
what? I don't really do discreet. And then I'll lob a match at it.
Okay. There is an immediate reaction. The thing kind of like shrivels and pops, and there's like the cold goes away as you do that. Like it kind of like rushes outwards or inwards. There's a breeze that blows it away basically, and there is a kind of a rumbling sensation under your feet, like the dirt is boiling, and everything sink 3 inches, and then your feet touch something that shatters like an eggshell, and you all collapse inside of. You fall like 10 feet down until you hit like stone into this like cavernous area, and it's Church. This looks exactly like a bigger version of the room that Scrufflebutt teleported you into earlier. It is hewn from living rock into like those places where they buried people under churches.
Yeah, catacombs.
In the catacombs, but they're not filled with dead bodies. It's like scroll tubes out of bones, and there's like skulls with engravings written on them. It's some sort of library, and the bubbling sensation were 3 of these Migo creatures digging up, trying to get at you for destroying their thing, and they appear to be guarding a shimmering green gold wall.
I pounce on the closest one.
Good job, Steve. Good job.
5% of the way done with this investigation, though. Like, I feel like I just kicked it into overdrive. I'm efficient.
Scrufflebutt kicks some ass.
Yeah, I pounced on the closest one.
Can't be
2d6
responsible.
plus 2. Oh, good.
Yes.
Finally, the cat learns a thing.
Nope, I protect the cat again.
Sweet. Finally, the cat gets free experience.
All right, how does your protection go?
Nothing. I'm rolling. Just use to protect someone's skill.
So the bad thing happens to you instead?
Yeah.
We just got to roll. Still.
Well, I got to roll, so yeah.
Okay.
I could make things worse, which the way I'm rolling today.
Yep.
What's happening?
Good.
2 1s. That's 2
Mark
1s.
XP.
Good.
Mark XP.
It catches you.
I was
You're learning
I was
so
gonna
much.
burn luck, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
To make it a
It's okay.
12.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
But
you
I'm
can,
probably too late at this point.
you can make your own roll of 12 still. I just get something bad happen to me then.
Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to impress Gary, so I'm gonna burn a luck point
Okay.
and make my kick some ass a 12.
Okay. What does that... You get an extra effect. What's the extra effect?
Oh fuck! I have to pull that move up.
You gain the advantage, inflict terrible harm, you suffer less harm, or you force them or you want them.
I'm gonna take less harm. Because
Okay.
I'm gonna look all cool and like bite them and then like land 5 feet away. And I'm guessing like Gary throws himself like no
Into the jaws.
Yeah.
Of the Amigo, yeah.
Oh, the
Gary throws himself into the
snapping.
jaws and like distracts it so you have a better angle to pounce, essentially.
It grabs Gary, grabs you in midair, and Mr. Scrufflebutt, you land on its bizarrely shaped, overfilled football of a tentacled head, and it throws Gary in shock and surprise behind it. And Gary, you collide against the green gold shimmering surface and pass right through.
Neat.
Oh, that's not great.
Neat.
Should be fine. I think it's fine.
It takes 3 harm.
Okay. And you always count as weakness, right?
Yep.
Okay. Your claws slink into its face or to its head, and that cold air that you found from the last time steams up at you and kind of like blows your fur a little bit as you're releasing whatever foulness keeps it alive.
These things all need to die.
Yeah.
Every last one of them. Nothing
Gwen.
ruffles up my fur like that and lives.
Gwen, I'm calling on you.
Is there any area where there are Migos but none of us?
Grenade launchers in enclosed areas is probably a bad idea.
So the Migos were centered in front of the green gold shimmering portal that it threw Gary through. So currently the only thing that would be at risk is the cat, and you're pretty sure the cat's immortal.
Cool,
So
grenade
again-
launcher. Foomp. And this is tough,
Blow
right?
this roll. Just straight blow this roll. Yeah. Kicking some ass is tough.
Kick some ass is tough, yes. Good.
7. I don't need to buff that to a 12. So 7, yes. 4 harm, area, messy, loud, reload. Is all the tags on this.
You're an asshole.
I imagine every like bone scroll case in this place like shatters at the same time due to the pressure wave.
Yeah, this was pretty interesting. So Migo number 1 was took 3 damage from the cat claws, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And then Gwen bombed it, right?
Gwen happened.
All right, and so she did 4 damage to everything around it.
Oh, so
Basically.
is that gun the grenade launcher?
Yes.
Boom.
It is.
Oh.
I approve.
I was, when you said that, I actually... Hold on. Nope, I can't modify it. I was going to try to click it and see if I could actually rename the weapon.
Mr. Scrufflebutt, you take -1 going forward due to being deafened from the loud nature of the thing, and you take the 4 damage. I'm just gonna go
Holy
ahead and-
shit.
Hey, I thought you were immortal. Sorry.
In the grenade
sorry.
launch.
Does armor apply?
Yes.
Cool. I take 3 harm.
Hey, I have bandages. I can put them on you if you.
Great.
Oh, that's right. You're not the chosen one. You're the divine. You don't have 2 armor.
I'm guessing holy armor doesn't give a fuck about what's its thing? Grenades?
I mean, sure.
Okay. Well, like the holy doesn't reduce it further, is my guess. It's
No.
okay. I still have that's
Enough.
like 8.5 lives left.
I mean, are they blast grenades, Gwen?
That's a good question.
The holy grenades.
I feel like they would have something in them, like maybe they're sort of like all-purpose grenades, so they have like silver powder and
Or like
you know
incendiary.
a little bit of dead man's blood, some consecrated fire, like that kind of stuff. That's how you stun vampires.
Yeah. Instead of carrying a golf bag of weapons with you, you just have grenades that do all the things. Okay. Yeah. Everything. So everything in that immediate area is shattered. There is a weird ripple on the portal as it seems to also explode somewhat. It's like blowing. It looks like it reacts as if water, right? It splashes outwards. It ripples even more.
Goes all Stargate.
Yeah, it's green gold sort of shimmering Stargate. Yeah, but yeah, same sort of thing. And all of the skulls and the bones and all of the sepulcher knowledge also shatters and is no longer usable except for whatever parchment or vellum is then burned as part of the incendiary bits of your and the holy grenades.
Yes.
Gary.
I'm sure that-
Fucking
yes. Where am I?
Let's see. You are you're in the middle of a great hallway that seems to stretch on forever in either direction. And ahead of you, what looks to be some sort of like a forest almost, except the trees are tentacles that stretch up from the ground and sway back and forth towards a blood red sky.
So it's the upside down.
In the distance, you can hear. So you feel strange over here. You feel like oddly, kind of like almost weightless. You're still on the ground, but everything here feels thin and not quite right. You can see more of the Migo creatures swooping and zooming around, as opposed to clumsily falling and clawing like they had in the past. So wherever you are is bad for you and good for them.
Is the portal still behind me?
You turn around and there is the remembrance of the portal. You remember where it was and where it should be, but is as if where you are now does not.
That sounds bad. Oh, and I was going towards where I remember the portal being. I can't pass back through it.
Yeah, you walk exactly through that spot, and you can feel like a slight pressure preventing you your passage, and then you kind of like pass through to the other side as you overcome the resistance.
Okay, well, this worked wonderfully last time, but I have a feeling that I need to read the situation again. Because, I might as well get all the way to that level up.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp. Yeah, sharp.
Good.
No, yeah, it's working wonderfully. It means things notice me.
It needs some blood.
I mean, it could, right? If you killed something, you're sure that the portal would open.
Okay.
I've literally never done that before.
Portals are only for fully blooded warriors. I guess I need to attract something's attention so I can kill it.
Battle cry.
I'm gonna try to get the attention of the closest Migo, and ride it through the portal because they can get through. So I should be able to get through with them.
That makes perfect sense to me.
It makes perfect sense to me too.
I imagine you point at them and go like full Cockney. Oi, you! You fucking what?
Or like the straight up like Rambo or like Predator thing where you take a knife out and you cut your chest and you howl into the air.
Or you
Roy,
know
shit's
something
gotten weird.
super nerdy.
Roy,
Yeah.
it's just gotten weird and you fell. What are you doing, man?
They're real. It's really weird. I feel like I almost need to act under pressure to even do anything.
I mean, if you're not used to this, then yeah.
Oh.
It's better than I've rolled all night. Congratulations.
Well, what?
So what do you want to do, man? There's a lot of bad stuff here.
I think what Roy wanted to do was help somebody somehow.
I just got exploded.
Yeah, you could go put out the cat. He's on fire.
You could rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, I should put the cat out.
Okay. I mean, you. In what manner do you administer first aid to Mr. Scrufflebutt? And keeping in mind that it is still firmly attached to the flailing head of a fungoid monstrosity.
Shoot it with your baby gun.
So I've got like a suit on, so I take my suit jacket off and I start like beating it on the cat to put the flames out.
Mr. Scrufflebutt, how do you take to being thwapped with a jacket?
Probably not super well, but I'm probably also like must kill this thing, and then later Gwen. Maybe I'll just like teleport Gwen to Siberia and come back alone. I don't know.
Have you been to Siberia? Because that sounds like a whole more set of questions.
It might be. I don't know. Apparently, I've been summoned by a freaky cult of mansplainers of letters.
Well, at the very least, you're currently no longer on fire, and
Yeah.
Roy is doing their best to assist you. So, I mean, you first noticed that because you feel the jacket impacting you, but you can't hear it because you're still currently deaf.
Mop.
Marjorie,
Meow.
Mom.
you have just watched Gwen destroy an unknown amount of information.
Yeah, it's start agents, stupid weapons. There's not really anything I can do about that right now, but I will give her an earful about that later. Call. Hopefully the parchments have some interesting information. Newbies. I'm curious about the portal. Is there anything around that I could put through the portal to try and maybe?
Gary.
Yeah. Well, Gary's already on the
Your
other
son.
side.
We're
It'd
letting
be
Gary
nice
off.
to get Gary back.
Mom! Oh shit! This is Stranger Things season 2, isn't it?
Nice
saying.
and like required.
I learned a long time ago you don't really want to stick your arm through an unknown portal.
So to get there, you're going to have to dodge 3 Migo,
Right.
one of which is engaged with a cat, and 2 which are currently shaking off the concussive blasts of a grenade.
Destructive grenades.
We didn't
So you
get
can do
engaged
it.
that
There's-
quickly. I'm still promised to Gary.
And there's all nonsense measures of things that you can throw in there, like shattered skulls, rocks. You could fire a gun into the portal.
Well, I don't really want a projectile. I want like to have a stick or something.
Okay, yeah, sure. You find a stick.
All right, I find a stick. Okay, because I want to like put a stick through the portal and see if
It improved again.
somebody can grab it or something. Gary can grab it.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
Okay.
But give me cool to run by the Migo without either attracting attention or, I guess, losing your mind in horror. These aren't that bad.
This is gonna be fun. That's good.
You do an amazing job, right? Like you dodge one left, you dodge one right. You leap over flailing, and you do one of those shot dodge like slide things. And you grab your stick and you thrust it through the portal, and you feel like someone's grabbed on the other side.
Oh no! I see what happened here.
I mean, it's probably Gary, right?
Yes, I mean, based on my character knowledge, I pull it back through the portal because my character doesn't know she rolled a 4.
You see, as you pull it through the portal, one of the misshapen lobster claws of Amigo.
Can I stab it?
Yes, of course.
All right, I'm gonna stab it with my knife. Cause nope.
Kick its ass.
That's tough, isn't it? God damn it. Well, that's not better.
I mean,
Renee, you can burn a luck to make that a 12.
What?
You can burn a luck point to make that a 12 instead of a 6.
Or experience.
Or you can get experience for it. Just saying.
Way.
Yeah, I guess I might as well burn
Knowledge?
luck. I don't want to bring a 4th Migo into this tiny room that has already suffered the grenade.
You hear the sound of a reloading launcher.
Like fucking no. Yeah, I want to burn. I want to burn a luck.
Okay. So you get with a 10 plus, you get an extra effect. Do you want to take 1 forward or give a 1 forward to another hunter? Do you want to inflict terrible harm? Do you want to suffer less harm, or do you want to force them where you want them to be?
I think like there's an obvious
answer. I want to force it where I want it to be. I want to force it back through the portal.
Solid call.
Yeah, that's a good call. You stab it with your knife, with your silver knife, right?
Silver knife, yeah.
Steely knives.
And the thing appears to be like pressurized or something. As you stab it, like a rush of cold air blasts out on your hand, and the air is so cold that it burns your skin.
Oof.
So go ahead and mark 1 harm.
Okay.
Church. The situation is what you would call dynamic.
Yeah, so I get. Okay, so here's the question. I've encountered these Migos before. I knew what the Aether node. Have I encountered this like Stargate force field thing before?
No.
No. Okay. So I wouldn't know to. Gary is gone.
Well, Gary went through it.
He'll be remembered in the coming regime.
Yes, but I would not know that like maybe Gary needs to like ride Amigo back through or something like that. Like I've never done this before. This is not knowledge that I possess.
This sort of thing is entirely brand new as far as you understand to both your previous agency and Gwen's current one.
Okay. I want to look around the room for another node tumor. To be one for them to exist, right?
Yes. You see a cluster of them. There's like a bunch of them on the floor in front of the portal.
Okay, I want to light all of that on fire.
All right. That's going to be... you're going to have to dodge through some Migo to get there, and that's going to take a particularly level head to get that way.
Cool.
Are you going to explode them, or are you just going to set them on fire?
Have a method to explode them? I'm not carrying that level of ordnance, so
Gwen
this
has
is
that
going to be
level of
like the
ordnance.
pour and burn move that we've gone to the well of so far. All right, there's my evasion. There's my act under pressure.
Okay.
So
if you want to get them all, you're going to have to get a little bit closer to the portal than you'd like to be.
I can deal with that. Yeah.
All right. As you set them ablaze, one of them flings its claw at you to try and stop you and knocks you through the portal.
Okay.
I'm
Go for a
immediately
fucking
going
ride.
with, in that I can just go to someone that I know well. So I appear. I'm assuming like Church has to pick himself up, and there's another like 10 pounds on his back when he goes to do so.
You teleport directly onto the portal.
Interesting.
Like a cat that jumped to the screen door.
Yeah.
And I can't get through?
You can. You cannot teleport through. And as you're pushing on it,
I don't push on it.
Okay.
I'm not dumb.
If you want to push, you can open the door.
Nope. Nope. If I was meant
Is
to
he
open
anywhere
doors, I
near-
would have opposable thumbs.
Is he anywhere near the burning pile of aether tumors?
Yeah, he's directly, essentially above it.
So I'm just gonna land on it with my holy claws, basically.
And just like keep shredding at it.
Yeah, knead it a little bit, you know.
Yeah, you tear through all of it. It's not like the Migo are furious and are going to try to kill you for it.
It's fine. I can leave.
I need to be gone. It's fine.
Are you going to teleport away, or what do you do when they attempt to smack you with their claws and their wings?
I have to keep Church alive, and my side piece also went through, so I'm gonna hop through the portal.
So
That was a sentence.
I'm being stalked by a sexist cat.
as you push your way through the portal, imagine what it feels like to have like static electricity.
Oh,
You know that
fuck.
weird feeling? Yeah.
I'm
that
being
is,
pet backwards by this thing. It's horrible.
it's like all of your fur is charged and is flattened against you.
The things I do for these fucking mortals.
And you feel oddly untethered from destiny.
Great. Well, that's not so bad. It means I can find a sunbeam and catch a nap, but I have to drag these idiots through somehow.
Gwen, you're losing your team through a portal.
This is what happens when you use grenade launchers.
But the
I
Migos,
sadly say.
How many
across
people
the
are still in the room?
Are we supposed to go into the portal?
I'm
Fire
not there to
grenade
shut him
into the
down
portal.
this time. So
the Migo have no one nearby if you wanted to grenade.
Yes.
yeah,
This.
we need the
This.
shit
Yes.
out of him.
Yes.
Oh,
This.
not the grenade. No.
Boom.
Oh no.
8.
It's good. It's not 10 good, but it's good.
It's good.
You know what? No. Look, it's a 12. Look at that. That's crazy.
Really?
Yep.
All right, what's the thing you're taking forward?
I
Are you gonna
forced
get
them
it
where I
one?
want them, so they're all gonna like back up into one space.
Are you going to blow them through the portal, or are you going to just cluster them together?
Yeah, I'm gonna blow them through the portal.
So you're basically Linda Hamilton at the end of Turner and everything.
Yeah, just foom, 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 and it's not even so much like they're actually detonating. They just have a stupid amount of force behind them now.
Well, you're also kind of like hurting them. You've destroyed their ability to breathe, and they're trying to flee at the same time.
Yeah. So I guess 4 harm as they leave the scene.
This one.
Well, I mean, two of them leave the scene.
That's
'Cause-
fine.
Yeah. One of them was soft. I got the can opener. Like, I got the top loosened on the bottle.
Yeah, that first one explodes into not unlike the aether tumor from earlier. It starts to break down. The fungal bits that make it start to kind of blow away on the wind. It's like almost just like destroying a weird sandcastle creature. It doesn't fall to pieces so much as break into parts that just kind of crumble and go to muck.
Huh. Well, that was entertaining.
Suck it.
So how are we going to get those guys back from the other side?
Gary and Mr. Scrufflebutt in church, two Migo scramble their way through the portal, blasted, burnt. But as they get on the other side, they draw themselves up to a height that they didn't seem to be able to reach before, and their wings fluff out and catch whatever ethereal currents exist on this side of reality.
Oh, God damn it.
I wanted to grab one before they get too far, but yeah, I can go. Sure.
Oh, sorry. Gary's turn. Yeah, Gary. You go first.
Yeah, I want to try to snag one of these things. With my swords.
The
sword
chucks?
My sword chucks, yeah. See if I can do it. Hey, see if I can actually roll successfully.
Hey, that's one of each.
Got a boy.
Yeah, but I wanted one more. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So you're able to take control of one of them effectively. Wrap your sword chucks around its neck and kind of leap onto it. I mean, at least sorta. It is. You did this to the one at the school, and you had no problems. Just kind of bearing it down with main force. As you do this, the thing kind of lifts itself off the ground and begins to try to fly away.
Can I soothe it? Like, just calm it down?
Can you?
I mean, I can. Let's check the. Let's go to the rules.
As you're looking at that, Roy, what are you doing?
So all the monsters went in the portal. Like half the team's in the portal.
Don't go in the portal, Roy.
You're with Gwen and Marjorie, Gwen's reloading her, presumably.
Are you actually telling me not to go into the portal?
I am telling you not. Yes, in character, Roy. Don't go in the portal. I see you looking at it. We gotta get the guys
Roy
from
goes
the
into
other
the
side
portal.
over here.
Okay, you're not my mom.
Roy goes into the portal. I get a mark experience for that.
Yes.
It's my favorite move in the entire game. It's like, screw you, you're not my supervisor.
The move should be called "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me."
Roy charges in with his gun out.
You're not my real dad.
Roy, you see Gary with a pair of ridiculous-looking melee weapons. They're like a cross between swords and nunchucks. It's got it wrapped around the Migo's neck, and he's kind of like rearing back on it. But he's succeeding in pulling it up into the air as opposed to choking it. And the other one is, again, at its full height, arms out. It seems to have more arms over here, too. And it seems torn between whether to eat you or crush Gary. What will you do?
Shoot it with my gun.
Let's see what happens when you fire a gun in another dimension.
It's probably not going to go very well for me.
Oh no.
Negative
Almost
one
certainly.
half.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Out of 5.
As expected.
That experience tastes so delicious.
What's the harm of your gun?
2 harm.
You experience a little K and a big B. It's the 38 special ammunition ignites and kind of blows up in your hand, and you take 2 harm from concussive and general unpleasantness force of your gun essentially exploding at once.
Did
It's not broken. It just like all the ammunition backfire.
Cool.
So does
Like
Soothe
all
work on
the bullets fired backwards is what you're saying.
No, you pulled the trigger, and instead of the gunpowder igniting and the bullet firing forward, it just exploded in your hand.
Okay.
Marjorie.
Goodness. I guess I'm gonna have to work with Gwen.
Truly the cruelest of all fates.
Is what's her face
It's
down
like
there?
this name.
The blogger?
Amanda Sharp.
Yeah.
She is currently examining something outside of the portal.
Inside of the portal?
To the side of the portal.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Just say
Okay.
inside
Yeah,
the
that's right.
portal.
She's with us. Oh, she's examining something. All right. So I look at Gwen. So what exactly are you going to do now with the grenade launcher to get the rest of our team back from the other side? You need to be, thinking about that now.
We hold the point.
That doesn't solve the problem. And then I'm gonna go over and ask,
Amanda.
blogger Amanda, what is that she's found that she seems to be intently looking at.
She shows you runes that have been scored into the rock around the portal, and she's, I've seen these before.
Where did you see them?
I've seen them in different places all around town, investigating the murders and the disappearances, and the chemtrails and the gay frogs.
Okay.
Push you through the portal.
But if we can decipher them or deface them, I think this will close.
That may be the first thing I 100% agree with that you've said today.
She looks pleased and takes a selfie with you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, selfie. Woo. I look appropriately
It's got like the Calvia filter on it.
Right.
The frog filter, come on.
Do I?
The gay frog filter with the top hat.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my... Sorry.
Can I decipher the runes? What do I need to roll to find out if I can decipher the runes with my ancient lore?
Weird.
Well, I mean, you
Is it weird?
I don't know.
Is what?
Yeah, I mean, you could use weird. You could use sharp. You could get Amanda to do it for you with charm.
I'm gonna go weird. It's magic-y.
It is the definition of magic, yes.
Do the thing.
Dang.
Yeah, I rolled a thing and it worked.
Nice.
Oh, you didn't roll a 9.
I did not,
damn it,
and I'm
Andrew.
okay with that.
So you have the ability to summon something into this world or close this thing forever.
Summon the rest of
Fuck.
the party. Summon the rest
Singular.
I mean, a party is a thing.
Yeah.
You know
Summon
the church can
from-
handle this, so you should summon church back and just leave all the rest of these punks out there. Over. Church back. He takes a shotgun to the arch runes, and then we just call it a game.
Oh shit! It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Shoot. Okay, so the runes tell me this that I can.
No, it's actually a spell, and it's something that you've seen before, and you know how to activate it. And once you read it, you realize that this is literally a portal to another dimension, and you have a connection to the things over there, at least within the immediate vicinity, and you have the power to open the door for long enough to bring one of them through, or to shut and bar the door. Close it, if you would.
Do I know? Is there anyone is there anyone on the other side that I know if I bring them back, they have some type of power that can summon the rest of them?
If you're asking
Like,
if you know
is
that the cat can teleport, I'm not sure. You've seen it do it, so presumably.
I mean, and the wording of Angel Wings is you can instantly go anywhere you've visited before.
Okay, but oh, that's right. You had to visit it before, teleport into it before.
It might not work because I feel untethered from destiny over here too. So.
Okay, I am then going to. Oh God, chat. I feel that based on what I've seen, I'm pretty confident that if I summon the cat back, the cat can get the rest of the team. And I also maybe suspect that Amanda is right about if we desecrate the runes after we're finished, we might be able to dispel the portal anyway. Fuck. This is crazy, and this is totally going to destroy everything. But that's what I want to do. I want to summon the cat and then see if we can't get the rest of the guys back from the other side. Fuck, this is terrible. This is a terrible decision. Okay.
You pronounce words that human tongues were never to. You speak a language that feels more like you're forcing it out of your mouth than anything else. And,
so that's definitely evil.
A cat appears.
You just go wow, and then words happen, and then there's a cat.
Right. Amanda's like, totally, I don't even time.
Presumably, I respond by coughing up a hairball.
She's recorded this, and her phone cracks.
Nice. That's totally healthy. So I look at Scrufflebutt. So
which has got to be the best name. Sorry.
Now that you've been to the other side of that, you think maybe you can teleport those guys here? That you can.
I try.
Okay.
You succeed, but I only need you to roll weird.
Oh, good. I'm good at this. The cat lied lyingly. Yeah, I'm so good at this. I'm so weird. I am so weird.
It can be a 12. You're pulling people from a strange dimension. It can be a 12.
We're fine. We're fine. We got this. It's no big deal. Everything's fine.
Yeah, you have as you force your way through the dimensional barrier that you had been led from before, you feel two cold eyes find you and trace the path that you take back and forth.
I'm really good at that, though. Like having unwanted attention thrust upon me in magical ways. Oh my god.
I wouldn't know what that's like at all.
It's the Demogorgon. That was like every other session in Dresden that happened to Frank. It was just like, oh yeah, and something watches you spookily. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I just pissed off Mab somehow still.
So you want to pop back and forth and grab these people?
Yeah, I can take two at a time, actually.
You grab Gary and Church and make your way back. Gary, as you do,
I probably take Church and Roy first, because Gary can handle himself.
No, where's Roy? He's right.
Sorry.
He's out there right
yes.
Suddenly the cat appears, and then the other two people disappear, and Roy's just like standing there
between two Migo,
and his brain melts. Just
Roy, I
melts.
told you not to go through the portal. Didn't I say not to go through the portal?
Gary, roll tough.
Roll tough.
That's Roy. Gary.
That's a thing I can do.
Gary.
Done. I'm rolling.
Yes. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, yay.
Face tanked it.
I would have.
Oh my god, you popped your murder cherry!
Yeah, the Migo attempt to destroy you as Scrufflebutt pops back and forth, and you're able to take the head off one of these wounded creatures with your swords. You don't think that this is a permanent death here, as you cut off its head, it immediately starts growing back. But I believe the cat is coming back for you.
I bring him back and like I'm doing that super affectionate thing where the cat's like figure of 8 between your legs, because suddenly Gary is just overwhelmingly sexier.
Gwen, people on the other side of the portal. Church, Roy, somebody do a thing.
I am going to. Do I recognize the runes? Like, is
I imagine that both Amanda and Major Marjorie are screaming for you to shoot it.
Gotta run.
yes? No, I would definitely shoot the runes. Just like fully straight up shotgun the runes.
All right. In the interest of time, we're going to skip the roll. You blast the runes. The portal shatters like a mirror, and the pieces fall to the ground. Still shimmery, everything like that. Just
Okay.
you now have shattered portal pieces.
Ugh.
Church,
That's no
fire up
good.
the car.
Marjorie's really glad that she made the right choice there. Seems to be, even though it might bite them in the ass. Okay.
Everybody get to the
Even-
car. This place is going to explode in about a minute. And she starts. She grabs all the extra grenades she has on her, and she starts making a pile in the middle of the room, and leaves
What?
one
No,
in the
you just
gun.
you just plant like a GPS tracker, and a drone's gonna come do that for you.
I guess that works.
And then it like a second drone drops like a chunk of exploded gas main.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk over to Amanda, and I'm gonna grab her phone and put it on the ground and pat it and go, "That should do." And then we walk out, and then basically I just call something to airstrike where her phone was.
That's good. I'm
So-
grabbing all the parchment I can find on the way out because
I'll help.
when?
All right. You do your best to. Oh, sorry, what?
Oh no, Roy was gonna like grab his satchel and his slightly burnt jacket and like run after them.
I really enjoy the fact that you still.
By the
All
time
right.
you guys get out, Church and the cat are already back in the car.
I'm
Smoking
shotgun
cigarettes, sharing a
again.
beer. Yeah.
All right. And you get in the car, and it says, "So you guys are going to come back now, right?" As the car speeds off. And into the background, you can see the single room schoolhouse backlit by an explosion as the cleaning crew takes care
Back.
of the situation.
We don't see that because we don't look back. Because the badasses don't look back.
The audience does. It's now like
The camera shows like the explosion, and then the car zooming away from it, like
Mhm.
kind of backlit by the blast.
Like the last episode of Buffy.
Always blowing stuff up around here.
Because I know that folks need to get going. We're going to do two things real quick. The first thing is Gwen. As you head back to the office, there is a note that says, "Come see me." It's from your boss.
I mean, what?
Okay. She's gonna go in there, and like she hasn't returned any of her gear to the armory for like cleaning and refitting and stuff. So she's just gonna walk into her boss's office with the grenade launcher slung around her shoulder.
So in your
can
boss's
appreciate
office, there's no boss. The guy that was your boss is not there. The HR lady is sitting there, and she's smiling at you.
Oh, hi. I guess I didn't need to bring this. Sorry.
Oh no, you can keep it if you want. You seem to be perfectly comfortable with it.
It's kind of fun. Is that bad to say?
No. In fact, that's something that we look for.
Oh, great. So where's he?
Oh,
Okay, hold
we
up
didn't
here.
need him anymore, and he was just getting in the way. So we've removed him, and I wanted to make you an offer.
Okay.
And she slides you what looks like a business card,
Mm-hmm.
and she says something, and this all black business card gets kind of like an eclipse sort of symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "You can use this to contact us and us you. Welcome to the Venatorium Borum."
Thank you. Is okay. I have to ask: is my job like changing any, or do I just keep on doing the same thing just for different people?
Oh no, it's always the same people.
Oh,
But we are nothing so much as we are not a government agency. We are the power. We are those that fight for the better tomorrow.
okay. Works for me.
Okay, and as when you're done with that, be sure to burn anything that has a name on it of a thing that you never want to see again. Okay.
Sure. I don't have many things with my name on them, to be honest. I don't know. I figured that was
No,
just
not your name on them. Of any of the things that come through portals. We
The
just
reports.
Yeah. You know, you can keep your own stuff and you can send it to me, but everybody else needs to get burned, and all that stuff will eventually be purged in flames, so that even the names are not remembered by anyone born of man.
What about the cat?
Yeah, we have a different department for the cat.
Non-human resources.
Just smash cut to the cat like sitting on some like palatial couch being fed grapes individually.
So they're not saying I have to kill my friends, right?
No. They want you to. You're being recruited into a shadowy monster killers.
Shadowier organization, I guess.
Shadowier organization.
It's the next layer down.
Okay, Shadow plus. Got it.
Right, and you'll all get the speech eventually. But as the team lead, you get the fancy business card and the welcoming stuff.
Well, thanks a lot. I'll do my best not to let you all down. And also, thanks for dealing with that guy. He was real bad.
That was creepy. We're never gonna let that happen again. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was. That's why I brought a grenade launcher. I was gonna deal with it, but I guess thanks to you, does that classify as a monster?
Both sorts of monsters.
I hope so, because we've removed him.
Oh. You know, sometimes the greatest monster is man all along.
Gotta disagree with you there. Except maybe him, but yeah,
He's up there. Anyway, I think I owe a cat some barbecue. So, thanks a lot, and keep in touch. You do the fancy card thing, and I'll let you know if I have any questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are always here to help. Remember,
Great.
it requires all of us to make a better tomorrow.
Excellent. Yes, that's the only way we'll get through this.
Stronger together.
She's like, do we shake, or is there a salute, or what?
Yeah, it's the resist fist.
Respect Knuckles, and then I'll walk out.
I couldn't resist stronger together. It's just one of my favorite phrases now. Yeah, so that's prologue A. Prologue B is the rune that was glowing with that light, and you can see that we cut back to it, the blood that was on,
The one that
and
was
you can
the
see,
blood, yeah.
and you can see that shining green gold light spread across another surface.
Shit.
Guys, you know what we call that in the industry? Job security.
I was going to say target-rich environment.
That too.
Also, I mean, Renee is totally going to induct Amanda into her weird cult thing.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have
But
an agent on the
We definitely have
ground.
to set the record straight about the chemtrails. Like, I just.
And the Earth being... You can literally expand her mind, though. Like, are you telling me your cult doesn't have drugs? You can fix this problem.
I refuse to acknowledge any.
For the folk that are tired and need to leave, this has been the Monster of the Week, Season 1, Episode 1. I hope you had fun. If you did, like, share, subscribe. Be sure to talk about us on social media. No, it's Episode 1. It's a two-parter. First episodes are always twice as long as normal.
This is the pilot.
Do you want me to cut
pilot.
together like 6 hours of video, man?
Yeah, pilot
Well, I
part
mean,
two.
you just...
It's
yeah.
the mini-series that launches the regular series.
We just
That's right,
shot a
we're gonna-
goddamn
Well,
movie length
part-
feature.
we're gonna display this in IMAX, and then we're gonna put it on TV.
Yes.
Oh god, my face
Okay,
that
Mike
large.
Buck.
Anyways,
Yeah. So thank you all very much. Look us up on social media.
end of session
like,
XP.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yes.
going to be a lot of that.
Let's do that on stream and then we'll go away.
All right. So did they conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
Yes.
Did they save someone from certain death or worse?
Hi, Roy.
Yes.
A bunch of people from certain death. Us.
Jacqueline
Amanda.
isn't dead, which is weird, but
Mhm.
we can come back to that later.
Yeah,
did
she
we
didn't
learn
die in front of
something?
Gary.
What's that?
I said she didn't die in front of Gary.
She didn't die in front of Gary. What happened? Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, that the American government has turned the friggin' frogs gay so they don't rise up and murder us all in our sleep.
We learned
No.
the truth that none of the sheep will want to believe, man.
Yeah, we definitely
Hashtag stay
learned.
woke.
I think that dimensional portals is.
I feel yeah. When we see something the church hasn't seen before, I feel like that's learning
Yeah.
something.
That's
new.
the trigger.
That's fair. I think that's kind of fair.
And then, do we learn anything about something new and important about one of the hunters?
I got a cool new job.
We learned so many new things about the hunters. We learned about Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
We learned about
We learned
About
that
Roy
Gwen
and
is
his
reckless. We
gun.
learned that Marjorie hates Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets 2 XP.
Yes. You needed to fuck up one more
Oh.
roll.
level up. Yay!
I don't. The cat remains unenlightened.
That's hilarious. Actually.
Dude,
All right.
one of my improvements
might
is
take
get
Dark
command of an
Pass,
agency team of
Because
monster
that's
hunters.
definitely a big win.
Awesome. Thank you all for the stream. If you're watching at home, go back through here and see if you can pick up the 2 major Easter eggs I dropped for you that hints about what's going to.
Terrifying. I'm
Peace.
gonna push buttons now.
Move that.
One of them's that